Welcome to the PigPenPodcast. I'm your host, Damien, and I'm here with your other host,
Justin.
and today we are starting our series called the Exposition Seat.
Yes.
Now, Justin, can you tell me what the Exposition Seat might be?
Yeah, I can tell you what that is. So what we're doing here is we're gonna introduce a form of media that one of us has never consumed, and the other one knows too much about. And the one who knows quite a bit about it is gonna basically be exposition dumping or just completely giving all the facts and lore about this form of media.
Yes, and
And I'm going to listen.
you are going to listen.
Cause
And that means that I'm going to be the one
yeah,
in the
in
Exposition
the
Seat.
exposition seat, because I don't know anything about what we're talking about today.
And I do. I know a lot. And what we are talking about today is Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid is my favorite game franchise of all time. It is a series of video games directed and made by Hideo Kojima.
Your
And
favorite.
that name will be important later on.
Say it again.
Hideo Kojima.
It's a great name.
It is actually a fire name,
It is.
like genuinely. Okay, but basically, this series consists of multiple games. We have, and they go all the way back to the 80s. The first game was Metal Gear on the MSX computer system in 1985.
Whoa. Wait, MSX?
MSX.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Japanese computer system.
Okay. Okay.
It was ported over to America on the NES, which is the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes.
But
I do know
pretty
that.
much the entire fan base agrees that it's a bastardization of the actual game. So
It's a step down.
when we think of the original Metal Gear, it's the MSX game, because
Okay.
the NES one, they changed a bunch of stuff. There's not even a Metal Gear in the game.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means yet either.
Okay, yeah, you don't. But today we will be starting off with that game, and I'll be running my friend and co-host Justin through it, and probably some more, because I there's not enough content in Metal Gear or even the sequel to consist of a full episode. So we'll probably be running through Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, and then Metal Gear Solid for this first episode.
And essentially, we're going to be going through every game in this franchise by the end.
We will be. It'll definitely be more than, it'll probably be a couple episodes. I'm not sure exactly how many. I'm not sure if all the games will be separate episodes or if we'll be able to bunch some of them together. We'll figure that out as we go. But for this first one, my goal is to get through Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, and Metal Gear Solid.
Nice.
And yeah, so I am the first one in the exposition seat, and that's the series we're going to be covering.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Okay, and then another point that I should make before we start is, since video games are a visual medium, um,
It's true. It's true.
these characters have specific designs. You know, when you read a book,
Mhm.
it's like the character's design is what you can imagine. You come up with what the character looks like based off of the description they give you.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, since this is a visual medium and these characters are designed a specific way, they have specific looks. It's like you don't get to
It's
think,
part of the story.
yeah, you don't get to think about what Solid Snake looks like. He just has a look.
Yeah.
Um, I have made a PowerPoint presentation for Justin, um, but it only consists of the game posters for each game and what the characters' designs are.
Mm.
And I will be showing him them as we are introduced to characters. So, just so everyone is aware at home, if you are curious as to what the characters are also going to look like, if you've never seen what they are, you could just do a quick Google search of,
Google.
I mean, you use Firefox if you really want to.
It's not what I meant. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you don't know, you could always use Google. It's a blessing.
It is a blessing.
Everything's on there.
It's
I just
actually
discovered
crazy.
it recently.
Really?
I've been hooked.
Really?
Yes.
Just browsing the web?
Yep.
Man, classic net surfing.
Yeah, I know. It's got me hooked, man.
All right, Justin. So before I start the exposition, what
Hmm.
do you know about Metal Gear? Like, just give me a rundown.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna be honest, not a lot. You've talked about it in the past, but was I paying attention? No.
That's actually super comforting to hear that my best friend just ignores when I talk about my passions.
I was paying attention, but it was the kind of attention that only lasts for about 10 minutes. It's like I was there in the conversation, but afterwards my brain just kind of was like, you don't need to remember that.
I mean,
But hey, that's
thanks.
why we're here. But that's why we're here.
Yeah, I mean it is because now you're gonna remember. And if
Yeah,
you don't remember, it's recorded, so you can just re-listen to it.
exactly.
If you're just sitting at home and you're like, "Hey, man, um, I really got to know what happened to Snake in Metal Gear 2,"
I will listen to your voice.
and it'll be fucking glorious.
Yes. But okay, things I know. Snake, he's in
Snake,
Smash.
he is in Smash, so
He's in he's in Smash
you know
Bros.
Snake from Smash.
And he likes blowing things up.
He does like blowing things up.
Okay, okay. So that holds up.
I mean, actually, I wouldn't say he likes blowing things up, but like he blows up a lot of things.
Okay. He looks like Kurt Russell. I do know that.
Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, that is who he was based off of. This is
Yeah.
like Outsider, so it's not like I'm telling you things that you have to wait to know. But he
Well, I
was,
know that because that is something I did remember
yeah.
that you told me.
Snake's design is based off of Kurt Russell from Escape from New York, I think it is.
Yes, because we watched that together.
Directed by John Carpenter. Great
Yes.
movie. Great movie.
Yes. It was.
Um, I will say, do you remember Kurt Russell's character's name in that movie?
Um, no, not at all.
Okay, well that's good because that would we'll wait till Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I honestly, that's all I know.
Okay. Sounds good to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, I do got to clarify though, because I have written out like just kind of it's not a script per se, but it's just like a paper that has a couple key points that way I don't forget them or get them mixed up. And I did already do that in the opening of this episode. As I said, Metal Gear on the MSX was released in 1985. It was not.
It wasn't.
It was released in 1987. I
Ooh.
know. I know. Crucify me.
To be honest, though, you weren't born yet. I mean, we can't blame you.
You can blame me. That's kind of my entire job right now. Like my entire job right now is to get things right.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily, because if you started a job and you were the best at it, that where am I going with
I
this?
have no idea where you're going with
That'd
it.
actually be a good thing, wouldn't it?
I was just letting you go.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. So, but either way, man, you owned up to the mistake, and now I know it's 87.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's good.
And so
That's
does
good news.
everyone else. And everyone knows that I'm human too. I make mistakes, man.
And if and if anybody was sitting there listening on the edge of their seat because you started off with saying 85, they've now been rectified.
They're like, man, I'm really glad I stuck around to hear that he changed it.
You
He,
held them you held them on the edge of their
hey, man,
seat.
that's just good record. It's just good podcasting.
It is.
You
It
know,
is. It
it's just
is.
I'm keeping the audience
Engaged.
integrated. They're just
Engaged,
like, "Oh,
integrated.
he got it
Yes.
wrong. Is he gonna get it right?" And I'm like,
Yes.
yes.
And that might do you think that's gonna happen again? Because you're gonna be having the whole Metal Gear franchise on your back.
Yeah,
Are you gonna get everything right?
I think I am because you know what, man? At the end of the day, I love me some good Metal Gear.
You say it so good.
Hey, yeah, I mean,
It's
it's my thing, man. I love Metal Gear. But yeah, I mean, with that all said, let's just jump straight into it.
yeah, dude. Oh well, how about this? No, yeah, all right, man. Well, let's get into this.
All right, let's get into it. So we are going to start with Metal Gear, released on the MSX in 1987. I already said it like 6 times, but just since we're starting,
Yeah, well, you had to say it right 6 more times.
yes,
Good.
just to rectify
Yeah.
again. Okay,
So the first game is called Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Okay.
Metal Gear.
This is the start.
Yes, the starting point of Metal Gear.
Okay, Oh, God.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this game takes place in 1995.
Mhm.
And a little bit of the background that you need to know is that the West, as in the U.S., has discovered that there is a weapon of mass destruction being constructed inside of a base called Outer Heaven.
Ooh, and um is this in another country?
They don't really give you that information in the first game, but I know that information, and it's not really a spoiler. It is, yes, it is not. It's not really in another country. It's kind of a country in itself. It's like a fortified base that exists out in the oceans.
So it's like an island
It's
thing?
not an island. It's more like a facility built in the ocean.
Okay. And what is it called? Outer Heaven?
Outer Heaven.
That's glorious.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great place to be.
Actually, I'm thinking that's a different Outer Heaven that I was just talking about. That's a
Okay.
separate Outer Heaven. It's a different Outer Heaven.
Uh-oh.
Um,
No, listen, I see I can't correct you either because I know nothing.
I know, but cause like, okay. Yeah, basically just picture Africa. That's what the visuals of this game looks like.
Okay. So
Like jungles.
okay.
Like picture like jungle espionage. That's what the MSX game looks like.
Got it.
With these first two games, the story is pretty light. And
Focuses on gameplay.
yeah, since it was on the MSX, the limited hardware didn't give Kojima much to work with. So
Mm,
they kind of like just picture Africa. Just picture like nighttime in Africa, and that's where Snake's at.
yeah.
He's infiltrating this military base. Just
Okay. And this is Outer Heaven.
yes, don't worry about the logistics yet.
Okay, I won't. I won't.
Okay. So, basically, um, the US sends in Special Forces Unit Foxhound.
As they do.
Their top agent, Gray Fox, he was sent in to assess the threat and kind of just figure out what's going on. But they lost communication with him, and they don't know what's happening. And they got one last transmission from Gray Fox, and
Mm.
it was just Metal Gear.
No
And then it
way.
cut out.
No way.
It is.
That's
It
why you
is.
keep saying that?
No, that's not why I keep saying it. That's just how Snake talks. He just talks
Oh,
like this. It's just,
okay.
oh, look here.
So he's called Gray Fox. He's not even called Snake?
No, this is a different character. Gray Fox
Oh.
is a separate man. But
Oh.
he was sent in to figure out what's going on in Outer Heaven, and basically they lost communication,
And
and
he said Metal Gear.
his last transmission was Metal Gear.
Dang.
And that's where our game starts.
So Metal Gear. All he had was two words.
Metal Gear.
Wow. What
If
does
you
that
want to
mean?
die, if you absolutely want to die, take a shot every time we say Metal Gear.
I
Um,
think some people would actually have a great time doing that.
um, I'm sure.
Yeah. We should have a count. We should do a count.
No, we shouldn't. It's gonna. I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
You know
we'll
what?
see.
We'll think about it.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
think
see.
about it. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Okay.
But basically, the game starts with our protagonist, Solid Snake. Um,
Solid Snake.
Solid Snake.
Why is he solid?
Uh, he's a pretty swell dude. I mean, okay, actually, it's not ever referenced in the series, but what does Solid Snake sound like to you?
What is he, what do you mean?
What could you refer to as your snake?
Like what does his voice sound like?
No, like just those two words together.
Oh, SS, like Solid Snake.
No, say there's a snake in your boot.
Oh, oh,
Penis.
a
Wiener.
solid snake.
Solid snake.
Okay,
So it's like
okay.
a hard cock.
So that's why he's called that?
I mean, that's not why. It's just kind of a funny joke, okay? There's a lot of
Yeah,
weird humor in this
yeah,
franchise.
yeah, yeah. Some what do they call them? Innuendos.
Innuendos, yeah.
Yeah.
We get some of those.
I mean, he looks like he has a solid snake,
He definitely
to be
does.
honest.
He's a good looking man. He's a good
Yeah.
looking man.
Yeah.
But basically, our protagonist, Solid Snake, he infiltrates Outer Heaven and gets a call on his radio saying, "This is Big Boss. Operation Intrude N313. Infiltrate the enemy fortress, Outer Heaven, and destroy Metal Gear, the final weapon. First contact Gray Fox, who's vanished, and learn about Metal Gear." And then Snake
Oh,
heads out.
bro's told Big Boss.
His name is Big Boss. He's big boss.
So is he the big boss?
I mean, he is the big boss.
That's a great name.
It really is, isn't it?
Straight to the point.
Big boss.
Big boss.
But yeah. So,
I noticed he really likes using alliteration with the
oh, Kojima,
SSBB. Yeah.
SSBB. Yeah, he really does. He his.
Although, yeah, I guess those are the only two examples so far,
I
but
mean, we'll get more throughout the series. You're onto something. There is a bunch of
yeah,
alliteration.
yeah. Which honestly is helpful for me to remember.
Yeah. So, big boss is BB.
Yeah, BB and SS.
All right.
All right.
Basically, after the call of Big Boss, Snake, he sneaks around, gets some equipment.
This is the gameplay. This is
Yes,
what you're doing.
yeah. He rescues some POWs, and these POWs will give you like little hints. They'll be like, "Oh, you should go here," or like, "Oh, maybe there's something here." So he sneaks around, rescues some POWs, and then Big Boss will occasionally chime in on your codec and like give you a couple hints. He'll be like, "Oh, Snake, that the floor in that building is electrified. You'll need to take out a little
How
unit or
does
whatever."
how does he know?
Uh, who knows?
Oh,
Who
okay.
knows?
Okay.
And there are other characters that will talk to you on your radio.
Some other American
Yeah, they're like your backup. I
people.
mean, not backup. They're like your the guy in the chair.
Is it
They're like your guys in
is
the
it like a
chair.
special force team kind of?
Yes, so Foxhound is a special forces, like they're usually used for like stealth and like
Mm,
espionage missions. Like they're
got it.
very top secret, like essentially black ops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not gonna really talk about any of them because they're all pointless.
Okay.
They don't matter at all.
Yeah.
Except one of them, his name is Kyle Schneider. He's the leader of the resistance group in the area you're in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that's all you need to know.
Got it.
Okay. Well, basically, after getting some knowledge from the POWs, they tell you where Gray Fox is. You go and you find Gray Fox, and he's like, hey, you're gonna need to get caught, just so you know, because you're not.
Wait. So Gray Fox lost communication. Now he's just chilling there.
They have him captured. He's also a POW.
So Snake essentially rescues him,
Yes, Snake rescues Gray Fox, and then Gray Fox kind of tells you where you need to go.
and he tells him he needs to get captured.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Gray Fox isn't the one I said that like a little weird. Like Gray Fox isn't the one that tells him he needs to be captured. One of the POWs tells him to find Gray Fox. He needs to get captured because they're in the isolated cells.
Oh.
So basically, immediately after Snake leaves that room, he gets captured.
Okay.
It's just kind of like one of those moments in game where it's like you don't have any control, something just happens. Like
Yeah.
that
Yep.
you're meant to lose boss or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay. So Snake gets captured, and once he's in his confined cell, he gets a call on his radio from Big Boss that just says, "Hey, check the walls." Then Snake proceeds to,
So they let him keep his radio.
yeah, they did.
Dude, that's
They did
awesome.
let him keep his radio. Then Snake proceeds to punch the shit out of some walls. He just starts punching the wall,
Wow.
and
And it works.
it works. It breaks. It breaks open, and
Drywall or is it like
they're like cement walls, like concrete walls. I would assume
nice?
the MSX graphics aren't the best, but
Bro definitely learned from Kyle Schneider
he
on how
def
to beat some
yeah,
walls.
for sure. But basically, in the next room is Gray Fox. So we found Gray Fox.
So you just Big Boss is like, break that wall, and then he breaks a cement wall, and there he is.
Yep, that's Gray Fox.
That's awesome. Okay.
Okay, so Gray Fox basically tells you that Metal Gear is the code name for a nuclear-equipped bipedal walking tank.
Hold on. One more time.
A nuclear-equipped bipedal walking tank.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to figure this out. So it's a tank that has legs. So it's like a robot that shoots nukes.
Yes,
Okay. So it's like a AT-AT from Star Wars,
kind of, yeah.
but nukes.
Basically, walking tank shoots nukes, and it can pretty much shoot nukes from all terrain.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but yeah,
That sounds terrifying.
he tells you what Metal Gear is, and then he tells you the location of Dr. Petrovich Madnar.
Nice.
Um, Dr. Petrovich Madnar is the scientist who was working on Metal Gear, if I remember correctly.
He's the Oppenheimer of the situation.
Yeah, but basically he tells you, hey, you got to find him. He knows how to take it out.
Okay.
And then you leave him and you go find Dr. Petrovich Madnar.
So wait, so you rescue Gray Fox, but you leave him there.
Yes. He does this with every POW, by the way.
Okay.
I actually have it in
So
my
he
paper
gets
to
him out of
mention that
he gets him out
later
of the
on.
jail, but then he just still leaves him stranded.
Yes.
Okay, that's
It will be much worse when he does it to another person later on.
okay.
But yeah, basically he like unties the rope and then when you walk off screen, that's it.
Wow. I mean, honestly, like I'll to cut it slack. I know it's an old game. It's just a funny thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So Snake continues on and he's ambushed by Shoot Gunner.
Does he shoot guns?
He does shoot guns. He does shoot
Yes.
guns. He's ambushed by Shoot Gunner
Is this a
and then
person or
yes, it is a person. It is in
okay?
fact our first boss battle of the game.
Ooh.
Um, Snake kills him.
Hold on. Big boss. Does he become a big boss in the game?
Uh,
Hold
I
on, I'm making some connections
uh,
here.
I don't
Okay,
know.
okay, okay.
Okay, but basically Snake kills Shoot Gunner and then he heads on and continues to go find Petrovich and then he's ambushed by the Machine Gun Kid. Can you guess what
Ooh.
his little quirk is?
The machine gun kid. Machine guns.
He has a machine gun.
Is he a kid?
No.
I'm pissed.
Second boss battle. All right, Snake wins. Um, he then is able to find Dr. Petrovich Madnar. I think I'm saying his name wrong. I think it's Madnar Petrovich.
No, you're saying it.
It's Drago, but I don't know. We're just gonna call him Dr. Petrovich from now on, okay?
Okay. I mean,
Doc-
the name is just already unique.
yeah,
It can. I'll know who you're talking about.
he's the guy.
He's a guy.
Basically, once you find Dr. Petrovich, he's not real. It's not him.
And
He's a
this.
fake. It's a guy pretending to be Dr. Petrovich.
Oh, okay.
Petrovich.
So Gray Fox is like, go find this dude, and you get there after fighting a couple of dudes with guns, and he's not real.
No, it's someone pretending to be Dr. Petrovich. And then before the guy dies, he tells you where the real Petrovich is.
Fever dream. So okay, so you trust this guy. You trust the fake.
Yeah, I mean, we do. He's a very reputable source. Okay. So then Snake continues to sneak
Good, good.
until he's ambushed by a fire trooper.
Ooh, nice. Fire
Fire
trooper.
trooper.
Cool. Okay.
Boss battle ensues. Snake wins. Let's go. Um
Are any of these from your remembering of playing? Are have would you say any of these are like what would you say the difficulty is? Honestly.
I mean, MSX games are just hard in general because like back in the 80s, games were made they didn't have like nowadays where you can have endless expansions or like so much side content. It was kind of just
Yeah.
the game was made and that was it. So like the whole draw of video games to get the most out of like from a developer standpoint, to get the most out of the experience, they made them purposefully hard
Okay.
because it would give you more time with the game because you'd have to learn how to play it and beat it
Which makes sense.
instead of like a game being super easy and you just beating it in your first hour and then you're done. It's like you can replay it, I guess, but like the whole the whole like development standpoint back then was like make a game purposefully hard. That way it takes time. That way it's like worth the
Mm-hmm.
effort, you know?
Yeah, and I actually um I enjoy games that push you because you get more invested. Like you obviously have to get past like the point of being like, do I continue to invest time into this?
Yeah.
Because I am gonna have to. But if the game's good enough and you decide to do it, it's very rewarding. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the mindset back then. So yeah, I would say these games are just hard in general, but like these bosses don't stand out in the series.
Okay.
These are very just kind of cookie cutter, run of the mill soldiers,
Yeah.
like basic bosses. Some of them are really easy, some of them are a little bit harder. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. MGK and Fire Trooper.
Yep. MGK Fire Trooper, and don't forget Shoot Gunner.
Okay. I don't know how I forgot him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so basically Snake finds Dr. Petrovich and he tells him Dr. Petrovich tells Snake, I'm not going to say anything until you rescue my daughter Ellen, who is also being held captive.
So this is a situation where you're like, where you're just jumping from from setback to setback to setback.
Yes,
So a good,
pretty much.
honestly, a good classic story.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, in
it's a
in
story.
in sense of outline.
Um, yeah, I mean, again, especially with these older games, it's just there was not much they could do, you know? So like
Yeah,
that's just how it was.
exactly. I get it.
Snake goes and finds Ellen, and this is what I was talking about earlier, is that he
No way.
unties her
No way.
and then leaves. And this little girl is just left in this basement of outer heaven. Just he just leaves.
He unties her and then just shuts the jail door.
Yep, pretty much.
Like,
Ellen
all right,
rescued.
you can use your hands now, but
Ellen
I'm leaving.
rescued. But yeah, so then Snake goes back to Dr. Petrovich and he's like, "Hey, Metal Gear is 100 floors underground and he has one weakness, plastic explosives."
Plastic explosives. So
Yes,
that's like, what is that?
pretty much a lot of different kinds of explosives. It's not a very good weakness. It's literally just blow it up.
just blow it up. That makes sense. So
Um,
this is where snakes, grenades, and mines from Smash come in.
yeah,
Mm.
definitely. He then gives us the sequential order in how to place them, and this is the hard part, is that he says, "Here's how you need to place these bombs in order for it to actually do damage."
Okay.
And he says, L R R R R R L R R R L L R R, and he says it fast like that too.
That's his game dialogue.
Yes, like left, right, left, right, left, 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 right, 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 right.
Oh, okay. 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 Okay.
But basically, he says it like fast like that. And if you don't have a pen and paper and write it down, that you have to do it that way too.
Dude, I can
So like
imagine the first people playing this game. That would be very, that's honestly kind of unique. That's cool.
these games are extremely unique. And when
Yeah.
we get into the solid series, like once we get past the original MSX games, um, there's some like gameplay stuff that these games do that I literally cannot not mention without being crucified by the fan base.
Okay. I see.
Um, yeah, he tells you that, and then you continue on, and you come across Coward Duck.
No, no, dude.
Coward,
These names just keep getting better.
Coward Duck.
Coward Duck.
Coward Duck.
This is a code name, right?
Yeah,
I guess these are all code
yeah,
names.
they're code names.
Coward
Um,
Duck. So what does this dude look like?
he is again just like a regular soldier, but his thing is that he has hostages and he
Oh,
puts them in front of him, so you can't shoot him like normal.
I feel like Snake doesn't care about hostages that much.
I mean, he do be just untying him and leaving him there.
Okay, so you have to avoid shooting them.
Yes, you have to avoid shooting them and shoot him instead. And he has a boomerang that he throws from behind the hostages.
Is this just a wooden boomerang?
I would assume so.
And Snake has what? A gun?
Yep.
Okay.
But basically, Snake kills him
Yeah,
and heads out.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Imagine if Snake died to Coward Duck and that was the end of the series.
That'd be that'd be a great game.
It really would. I would buy it.
Yeah.
Um, but Snake continues on, and then he finds another POW who says that he overheard, this POW overheard, that the leader of Outer Heaven is actually also the commander of Foxhound.
Wow.
Big boss.
Big
Oh
boss.
no.
Oh. So wait,
And just
POW. He
literally right after this man tells you this, Big Boss calls you on your radio.
ooh,
And
but he doesn't know that you know.
he's like, turn off the game. He tells you to turn off the MSX. He says, turn off the MSX. The mission is failed. Game over. Turn it off now.
Oh,
And then
what?
he starts getting weird too. And like he'll start giving you bad like he's been giving you hints the whole game throughout like how to get through certain areas and stuff. He'll start giving you fake information.
Dude, that's awesome.
Like when you walk into a room, he'll be like, go to the left door. Cause like there's this one room you walked into and you're like ambushed by like three different guys. And
Yeah.
he's like, the door on the left is unlocked. Go there now. And if you go to the left door, it's locked. The right one's unlocked. So he'll like
Oh,
tell you the wrong
nice.
information to try to get you to like die.
That's oh yeah, I like that. That's sweet. Okay.
Um,
I was gonna ask. So POWs are what? Like other people on your team that you're finding,
It could be they're not from Foxhound. They're just like prisoners of war. Like they could be
that,
from enemy militias that big
but they're all essentially party on your side
Yes. So the POWs, I mean, they're not technically on your side. They're just not on Outer Heaven's side.
because they're
So
prisoners.
technically
Yeah,
they're friends by relation.
yeah, I get it. Okay, okay.
Um but Snake continues on. He keeps going until he finds the Metal Gear TX-55.
He finds it.
Yeah. And I mean, there's no voice acting in these original games, but I can just imagine him walking into that room and going, "Oh, Metal Gear. Oh,
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear."
Uh, what is the TX? What TX-55? Is that just like
It's
a,
just his name.
yeah,
It's just Metal Gear
just some
TX-55.
military
Yeah.
numbers?
Yep. And it's our last boss of the game, or maybe there's one after that.
Ooh.
Mm. Okay,
So this is
so
where you have to do the LRRR blah blah blah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's it's honestly probably the easiest boss fight in the game.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
it's
Is it like the hard part is just getting there, I'm guessing,
the hard
and
part is
knowing
getting there,
and
and then
memorizing?
I'm assuming remembering the LRRRL. I also didn't say it in the right order, so whoever is fact checking me on that one, I know I didn't say it in the right order.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, because I can imagine first people playing that game, like, it would be harder.
It would be
If you
so
have to write that shit
honestly, dude,
down.
I would be infuriated if I got to the assumedly final boss of the game, and then the game's like, do you remember that really long strand? It's literally like 3 boxes of dialogue, dude.
Yeah.
Like when Petrovich tells you, it's like 3 separate dialogue boxes filled with L's and R's.
And
Like it's literally like 40 L's and R's, and you have to
yeah,
remember them back to back.
and this is the '80s. What was even invented back then? How were people communicating?
They weren't. You wrote it down on a pen and paper, and if you didn't, then you didn't know how to do it. You just put the game down until you found some friend of yours who also played the game.
Man, that's tough.
Snake destroys Metal Gear.
Good for him,
Awesome,
dude.
right, dude?
I'm honestly hyped.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. He beat Coward Duck, MGK. He beat Shooter Man, Bomber
Shoot
Boy.
Gunner. Get it right.
Okay.
It's Shoot a Gunner.
And Flamethrower. Flame Trooper.
Flame Trooper.
Yes, I
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
But when Snake destroys Metal Gear, the alarms of Outer Heaven start blaring. And they say that
Mm.
since Metal Gear has been destroyed, Outer Heaven's destruction system has been activated.
Ooh.
Um,
Self-destruct?
yeah, and then a timer is activated, and Snake needs to get the hell out of there.
And this is a nuke, basically.
No, the Metal Gear had the nuke. You would assume that when Outer Heaven blows up, the nuke would also explode, but it doesn't.
He doesn't?
No.
Phew. Okay, good.
Um,
Because that would be an even better self-destruct system.
it would be,
Because
but
you're not escaping.
this nuke is explosion proof.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm attached to Solid Snake at this point, so I'm
Yeah.
happy for him.
Okay, well then, Snake,
He gets out.
there's a timer, and he's like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
So okay.
So
So this is a chase scene.
he walks to the next door, and oh no,
Oh no.
oh my God, no.
BB?
Do you know who he sees in there in
Big
the next door?
big boy? Big boss?
And again, there's no dialogue, but I can imagine him just going, "Boss,
So wait,
big boss."
is this all just like you're getting words pop up basically? Like,
Yeah, it's dialogue boxes.
yeah,
Like
that makes
you
sense.
read the dialogue.
Like the Pokemon games and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but
Which,
basically,
by the
he,
way, I have not played that many games, so my references are going to be very slim.
I've played a lot of games, so
Yes. That's why you're there and I'm here.
yeah, nice,
Nice.
sick.
Okay.
Snake eats Big Boss and kills him. Snake kills Big Boss.
That's huge
It's huge. It really is huge.
because he was our
Um,
friend.
he was our friend and commander.
He sent us here to die.
And I mean, you haven't heard this from the games yet, but I mean, in the world of Metal Gear, Big Boss is like the most legendary, renowned mercenary of all time.
Wow.
He is like the shit. Okay, so think about like in the Marvel movies, how little kids look up to Captain America.
Yeah.
That's Big Boss.
That's wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's well known like to the public.
Yes, like the public knows Big Boss.
Okay.
Like he is the war hero.
So
And Solid Snake just killed him in the first Metal Gear.
okay. So Big Boss, I want to think about what his strategy was here. So he sent Snake to his own thing, and then he showed up there and got killed by the dude he sent to foil himself, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Big Boss sent Snake in to kill himself.
Okay. Okay.
You may think that's a plot hole, but what if I told you? You'll get an answer to that.
Okay. Because I guess to maybe like since I don't know everything, I'll try to think of something. So maybe he like he didn't have a choice being in his position. Like he had to send somebody to because if Gray Fox sent out, Metal Gear and their whole team heard that, somebody's gonna have to go either way, probably. So Big Boss kind of had to make a decision to be like, all right, who do I send? And then he made a mistake by sending our man Solid Snake because he didn't think Solid Snake would live.
Solid Snake is a rookie in this game. This is like one of
Yeah.
his first
Okay.
missions.
Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. And then when he realized Snake made it to the end, he's like, "Damn, I gotta show up and I gotta end this." But then he dies.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, I'm not going to say that's right, but
That's
it's
my
a good
that's my
theory. It
perception.
is a good theory.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we will come back to this.
Okay. Okay.
So, I mean, I'll tell you whether you were right or not later on.
That's the first game.
That is the first game.
Honestly,
Snake runs out and he climbs a massive ladder. It's like 6 screens long. Like it's just this ginormous ladder.
are like the credits rolling, or are you just climbing a
No,
ladder?
he climbs a ladder after killing Big Boss, and then there's like I guess the MSX equivalent of a cutscene, and he's running away from outer heaven as it explodes, and that's the
Wow.
end of the game.
Running away from an explosion.
Yeah,
Amen.
he does stop and stand, like he does look back at it.
Good.
Cool guys do look at explosions.
He was the first one to do it. He was the
Yeah,
first one to look
he's the
back.
one that made it cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
So
that's Metal Gear One.
So how long does that game like how long did that take? That
Um,
whole
Probably like you could probably finish in about 4 hours, I would assume.
Okay. That honestly, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's not.
It
It's
just
not.
depends on how difficult it is for you probably.
Yeah. It's nothing crazy. It's just, you know, it's
It's straight to the point.
it's an old game. So
Yeah.
like it's just kind of how those games were back then. It's like it's hard, but it's longer.
Yeah.
So you don't have to exactly uh deal with it as much. Or I guess not deal with it as much, but like
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of fluff, it sounds like.
yeah, no, it's pretty much to the point and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Cool.
Um But yeah, we are going to head into Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake now. This game was released in 1990.
You sure about that?
I am sure about that this time.
Okay.
I am in fact sure about that.
All right. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake.
Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. And then it is worth mentioning that this game also Kojima didn't want to make this game.
Oh.
He didn't. Um so Konami, after releasing the first one, they got a lot of love in the US from Metal Gear. So they were like, we're making a Metal Gear 2. But
Mhm.
Kojima wasn't attached to it.
Wait, he's not attached to this game.
No, he is attached to this game.
Oh, but not at first.
Uh, they made a game called Metal Gear Snake's Revenge,
Okay.
but it is horrible. It
Uh
is awful. It's so bad. One of the developers on that game just so happened to meet Kojima on an elevator at Konami. Or like on the train or something. I don't remember where. But basically, one of the developers on that game was like, "Hey, we're making a Metal Gear 2, but I just know it's not as good, and like you should make a sequel." So
damn.
Kojima was like, "You know what? Fuck it," and he came back
He
and he made
confessed to his sins.
Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. And this game, I will say, this game was like revolutionary.
Really?
Yeah,
So he came back swinging.
he came back swinging hard. Like this game, it has much more of a story. There a lot like the actual sprite animations are better. The gameplay is far superior to the first one. Like this game is literally the first game, but better in every way times 10.
Okay. Wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, he came back for it, and that's where we're at.
1990.
1990.
The start of a decade.
Yeah.
What a man.
But this game is set in 1999.
Okay.
So it takes
Four
place
4 years?
four
Yeah,
years
yeah.
after the first one.
Sweet.
Um, and a little bit of background on the world before we get into the actual story is the world has been at a respite of peace as the major nations such as China, the US, and Russia have all come together to make nuclear threats a thing of the past.
Aw.
However, a small country in the Middle East called Zanzibar land.
Isn't Zanzibar already a country?
It sounds like one. I don't think it is though.
It
Like,
sounds.
actually, I don't think it is.
Oh, we should know this, shouldn't we?
Go ahead, look it up.
I'm looking it up. Zanzibar. It just sounds too good to be true.
I mean, it very much sounds like a country.
It sounds too good to not be true,
Yeah.
actually. That's what I meant to say. All right, Zanzibar. Yeah, Zanzibar, Tanzania.
Oh, well, this isn't Zanzibar. This is Zanzibar land.
Although also known as Zanzibar. Okay, so it's like an alternate. So it's Zanzibar Island is a thing. So this is just called Zanzibar Land.
This is Zanzibar land.
Okay, so it's not an island.
No, no
So this is
island.
like an alternate universe if Zanzibar Island was connected to land.
I wouldn't say. You're thinking too much about it.
Okay.
It's Zanzibar land.
Okay. Sounds like a
Um.
theme park.
Okay.
I mean, if the U.S., China, and Russia all came together to stop nuclear warfare, honestly, the world would be a theme park, wouldn't
It,
it?
it would be. It'd be a pretty good. It'd be a pretty good world to live
It'd
in.
be Zanzibar land.
But unfortunately,
Oh
it's not this
no!
world.
Oh no!
Zanzibar land has hijacked some of the remaining nukes from all of the nuclear disposal facilities all over the world, and
Wow!
now Zanzibar land has nukes.
Wow!
They also
They
have
stole them.
kidnapped a Czech scientist named Dr. Kio Marv.
Mm. Okay.
This man is very important because on top of the world being at a like nuclear peace, um, there's an oil shortage crisis.
That'll do it. Yeah.
But Dr. Kio Marv has found I think it's like a bacteria or something, but it's called Oilix.
Okay.
Oilix, Oilix.
Okay.
And basically it can basically make synthetic oil.
Okay. So
Like it can produce it on its own.
he's got like a revolutionary invention. He's an
Yes.
important dude.
He's an important dude. He's going to save the world.
Okay.
And then Zanzibar land kidnaps him. So they
Nice.
have nukes and they've kidnapped this very important man.
Do we know who leads Zanzibar land yet?
No, we don't.
Mm, okay. So they're an entity at this point.
Yes.
Got it.
But that's the setting. That's where we're
That's
at.
the intro.
So the game starts and our favorite man, our favorite good military man,
Favorite espionage
tactical
hero.
espionage action,
Yes. Solid Snake.
Solid Snake. Um, he's sent in once again by Foxhound, and he receives a call on his radio from Roy Campbell.
Mm-hmm. Is that who took Big Boss's place?
Yes, Roy Campbell is now the commander of Foxhound. Roy Campbell will be more important later, so just don't forget Roy Campbell.
Okay.
Um, basically, this operation is called. It's called Operation Intrude 401 or FO4. Wow, FO14.
Okay.
FO14. Operation Intrude FO14. There we go.
Got it.
All
You got
right.
it out.
And the goal of this mission is to infiltrate Zanzibar land, rescue Dr. Marv, and that's it. That's the only objectives that Snake is going into this with.
So the nukes aren't an issue for Snake.
Um, yeah, it's not on his radar yet.
So okay.
Like when he gets dropped in, this is what Campbell tells him.
Okay. And as the game player, do you know about the nukes?
We do because it's like a opening. It's like an opening quick scroll.
Yeah. Like a
background.
Star Wars intro.
Yeah, like a Star Wars intro.
Got it.
So Campbell also explains that Dr. Marv has a signal emitter in his tooth, and that's how Snake is going to find him.
Tracking.
Okay. So Snake sets off to go find Dr. Marv, and Campbell fulfills the role of Big Boss in this game. He does the same thing. He chimes in with the codec as like hints, and again, there are a bunch of side characters that don't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to skip them.
Yeah. Okay.
But
like they're just kind of chirping in your ear.
yeah,
Got
same
it.
deal.
Got
Except one of them. One of them will. He's an important figure. You need to know him, and that is Master Miller.
Ooh, MM.
Master
Okay,
Miller.
okay.
He's like he like trains soldiers at this point. And he trains Snake, so he'll try and chime in and he'll like give him tips and stuff, just like all the rest of them do.
Okay.
Um, but basically, Snake continues on and he sneaks into the base. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, like
So
it's not that deep. He sneaks into the base and runs around until he finds Dr. Marv.
so is this gameplay, how different is it from the first one?
It is it's the same exact kind of gameplay, but like the mechanics are updated.
Okay.
So like it plays better and like the enemies have a smarter AI and like all the mechanical parts of it are better, but it's like the same sneak around, don't get caught
Yeah.
gameplay.
Because I was gonna say it sounds like a similar structure from the first game where you're going to a place, sneaking in, rescuing, fighting, so on and so forth.
Pretty much.
Got it.
Um when Snake gets into the base, he finds Dr. Marv immediately.
And does he leave him immediately?
No, it's not Dr. Marv.
No, no, I was gonna say that as a joke, and it's actually not.
Unfortunately, it is our first boss, Black
Oh,
Ninja.
ooh, Black Ninja.
Yeah. Snake kicks his ass.
Okay,
Beats him bad.
easy boss.
Easy boss.
Got it.
Beats him bad.
And does he look like a ninja?
I mean, as much as the MSX can portray a ninja, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, after Snake beats him, he tells you before he dies,
Where Dr. Marv's at?
he reveals to you that he is in fact Kyle Schneider.
Ooh,
Oh, that's why I mentioned him in the last game.
the cement wall guy.
No, not Gray Fox.
No, oh, you're right. I made that connection myself.
Yeah, no. Kyle
Okay.
Schneider was one of the randoms that is on your radio that
Mm,
you never see.
yeah, yeah.
So I know it's really deep and emotional that
That's a
this.
huge twist.
I know
Yeah,
it's seriously big.
that would have thrown me.
I started crying when I played.
Did you?
Yeah, I was weeping like the willows.
Dude, that's all right. Keep going.
Okay. Well, Schneider tells you basically before he dies that he is Schneider, and then also, when Metal Gear TX-55 was destroyed, NATO
Ooh.
conducted an air raid that destroyed what was left of Outer Heaven after you got out, killing all of the men, women, and children.
Okay. I mean, that's efficient.
Um, yeah,
Is
they
NATO
just NATO just didn't want the information to get out. They didn't want to deal with all of like the people that were left there, and they didn't want any of the secrets to get out, so they just bombed the whole thing, nuked the shit out of it.
Yeah. Let me ask you
Um,
this. Is NATO the same as NATO is to us?
yes, it is the same NATO.
The same NATO.
Yeah.
And in this
This franchise takes place in the real
so
world.
everything we can yeah, okay.
This franchise is extremely grounded in reality.
Oh, okay. I see. And is
Very much so.
so the whole China, Russia, America
Super.
thing. So the whole China, Russia, America thing, they're not so is it kind of like they join NATO? Is that is that what the deal is, or is it just a separate like treaty
I think
peace
it's like
thing?
all of the countries, like
Made an
everyone.
agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it had anything to do with NATO specifically. NATO just made that decision on their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So
but
NATO did some corrupt stuff.
yeah, they did.
Okay.
Um, Schneider then tells us that the only ones who even survived the explosion of Outer Heaven was they only survived because he rescued them,
Ah,
and that Snake will learn of his greatness soon.
okay. So
He then tells him where Dr. Marv is located.
the
Snake
buildup.
Snake is in utter disbelief. He's like, I can't believe NATO would do that.
So
Oh.
s- so Kyle Schneider pretends to be who is he pretending to be?
He's Black Ninja.
He's Black
He
Ninja.
is Black Ninja.
And the fall of Kyle Schneider. Oh, why is he Black Ninja? So Kyle Schneider's Black Ninja.
Yeah.
And then before his death, he exposition dumps on Snake.
Yep.
And he tells him everything about his greatness. And then he says, by the way,
This podcast is an original idea. He's Kyle Schneider was the first one in the exposition seat.
Yeah. Okay. And he tells him where the real Marvin. So Kyle Schneider sounds like a great guy who just wanted to be a ninja for a little bit, in my
He,
opinion.
I mean,
I
that's it.
mean, am I wrong?
He's Kyle Schneider.
Justice for Kyle Schneider.
Justice for Kyle Schneider.
I hope I hear his name again.
Hey, you won't.
Oh, you break my heart.
That's it. That's it. He's gone. He's
He's
done.
my favorite character.
He's done.
Okay.
Snake sneaks around some more,
Nice, nice.
and then he gets a call on his radio from none other than Dr. Petrovich
Ooh.
Adnar.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
lived.
Yeah, he tells you that he used to be friends with Dr. Marv, and that there is you ready for it? New Metal Gear. What the fuck?
Oh.
Oh my God, there's another Metal Gear?
It's another walking nuke.
It's another walking nuke. It
Oh,
is. It is. It
these
really is.
dude.
He also tells you that, are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
Dr. Petrovich Madnine tells you over radio that he's pretty sure the one behind Zanzibar Land is none other than, do you have any guesses?
Don't say Big Boss.
Boss.
No.
Yeah.
He lives.
He lives,
He
dude.
lives.
He lives.
So he faked his death. Allegedly.
That's
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's what
That's
it
what we
seems like.
think.
That's what it seems like.
For all we know, it could be Kyle Schneider dressed up as Big Boss.
It probably is.
Okay.
Honestly, I've played these games 100 times, and that's my
Yeah.
headcanon.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Snake sneaks some more. He sneaks around,
Snake some more.
and he runs into a child walking around this military base.
Is it Petrovich's daughter?
No,
Mm.
it's just a child.
Because last I know, NATO probably blew her up.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she was in the basement of a random outer heaven
And left.
prison holding cell,
Yeah.
and left there to figure it out.
So who's this child?
He's a child.
Oh, he's just a child.
Yep, just a child.
Okay.
Snake also finds like a lot of other children. There are a lot of children on this military base.
Oh, damn, like just by themselves.
Yeah.
Oh.
For some reason, Zanzibar Land has an immense amount of war orphans.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah.
And does Snake help any of them?
Snake sneaks some more.
Okay.
He keeps going on.
So Snake's just taking it all in.
He's taking it all in.
He'll get someone down
He
there.
doesn't know what's happening. He's like, these children, I'll figure it out later.
So Snake's the kind of guy, you ask him, you're like, hey man, I need this done. He's like, I got somebody for you.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna
He's the guy.
he's not gonna show up.
No, he is. He is going to show up.
Oh, so he's gonna watch.
He's going to show up and not know what's going on.
He's gonna sneak in.
He's going to sneak in.
He's gonna sneak
He'll
in.
put on a box. He'll put on a cardboard
He'll put
box.
a cardboard box.
Yeah.
And he'll be there. He'll have a guy, but he's not gonna rescue the kids.
No.
Okay.
No. Why would he do that?
Yeah, no.
They seem fine. They're just walking around.
They're just okay. And they're fed, right? Well, we would think.
Hopefully.
Snake doesn't care. He's got a mission.
Does he? I don't know.
Yeah.
Snake stumbles into a room.
Ooh.
And in this room is our first boss.
What about Black Ninja?
I guess Black Ninja's our first boss. I just said that.
I will never let
incorrectly.
you disrespect him.
All right, you're right. Our second boss,
Who is the second boss?
Running Man.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Running Man.
See, okay. I'll give.
Do you know what his shtick is?
I would assume it's running.
He's really fast.
Yeah.
He doesn't even fire weapons at you.
What does he do?
He runs. You got to catch up to him and kill him.
Why do you have to kill him?
Okay, so actually in the game, you like walk into this room, the door shuts behind you, and then like poisonous gas starts flooding in.
So you have to
And
run
it's
away
like,
from that.
You have to kill him before the poisonous gas kills you. Because like once he dies, the doors unlock and like the poisonous
Okay.
gas
Yeah,
stops.
that makes sense.
He's probably the easiest boss in this game though, because you can just lay C4 in the same spot and he'll keep running over it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was about to say, like, the names of these bosses are corny, but I like how each boss has their own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they all have like gimmicks,
yeah, like
except this next one.
okay. Okay. But like so far, they each sound pretty unique and probably a unique way to win, I would
Yeah.
assume.
The Metal Gear series is renowned for its bosses.
Yeah.
It is like its bosses are synonymous with the franchise.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
We'll get more of them when we get into Solid. When we get into like the Solid series, that's when the bosses start getting really good.
Got it. Okay.
Um, Snake, he kind of moves around some more, figures out where he's going. He's like, "What the hell am I doing?" And then he runs into Red Blaster.
Red Blaster.
Red Blaster. He's the one that I was saying he doesn't really have. He just shoots. He just shoots
Red. He
explosives at
shoots
you.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Red Blaster. Snake beats his ass, and then we move on.
And he's still looking for Marv.
He's still looking for Marv.
And that's kind of his only thing.
Yes, I should mention he does find, like, he does meet up with Dr. Petrovich
Yeah.
at this point.
Okay.
Like, after he beats Red Blaster, he finds Dr. Petrovich, and then they're both going to look for Marv.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, Metal Gear shows up.
Metal Gear shows up.
Yeah, Metal Gear, he just shows up, man.
The walking nuke
The
himself.
walking nuke himself shows up.
What does Snake do?
Nothing really.
Does he sneak some more?
Um, he's kind of just standing there, and then like the cockpit opens, and oh no, do you know who's inside?
Who?
Ray Fox.
What?
Ray Fox.
The dude he
We
rescued,
Yeah,
kind
the
of
the guy we
ish.
rescued from the last game. Our
Nice.
friend, our buddy, our war buddy.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
Well, now he's piloting Metal Gear.
So he's a traitor?
It would seem so. Oh no. Uh,
Wait,
yeah.
wait. So in the first game, when Gray Fox set Metal Gear, he was a bad guy when he did that?
No. I mean, I could keep stringing you along, but no.
So he was turned bad.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I guess I
like
could put that together because it would
we're
make
still at
sense.
Metal Gear, so like I'm not gonna like keep the ruses up too heavy, I
Yeah.
guess. But no, he wasn't a bad guy then.
So it was something that, for whatever purpose I don't know yet, he was turned bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
He takes Petrovich, like he kidnaps Petrovich and then moves on, and then it's Snake. He's by himself again.
Aw.
Um, he then he then like gets into an elevator to keep moving on, and he gets a call from Gray Fox. Um, like Gray Fox calls him on his radio, and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted you to know there's some invisible guys in there, or not
Whoa.
invisible. They're like I don't know why I said invisible. There's like an elite group of like four
Stealth.
commandos.
Mhm,
Yeah, they're
mhm.
called the Ultra Box.
Oh, Ultra Box. So do
Yep.
they also put boxes on themselves?
No. I mean, I guess if you're going off of themes, they're like spaced on the certain parts of the screen and they kind of like make a box formation.
Okay.
So I guess if you want a theme, that's kind of, I guess
Yeah.
you could make that connection.
Okay.
But he tells you that Ultra Box is coming for you, and then Snake is ambushed by Ultra Box,
Yep.
and then he beats them, and we
Nice.
continue to move on.
So
Um,
Snake's got a great team on the other side, it sounds like.
that was Gray Fox who told him that.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, Gray Fox is the one who called him and told him that Ultra Box was coming.
So Gray Fox is a good guy. Oh, we don't
Is
know
he?
anything, do we?
We don't know.
Yeah,
Is
you're
he
right.
a good guy? Is he a bad guy?
I'm confused because he's
Get
in
ready to be confused.
Okay.
We haven't even hit solid yet.
He's in the nuke. He's in the walking nuke. He takes Petrovich, and he gives Snake a shout, and he's like, "Yo, by the way, there's some goons waiting for you."
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Snake continues on until he's ambushed by Night Sight.
Ooh, and Night Sight can see in the night.
Yes, he can see in the night, and
Yeah.
he's invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I said invisible on the last boss.
So he actually is invisible.
Yes. Boss battle ensues. Snake beats him. Moving on.
Is that a hard Is that a hard battle?
From
Is
what
there
I-
like does he got like a shimmer that you can see or something? Or
from
is
what I remember, I actually don't remember this boss battle very well.
Hmm.
So I can't tell you. I don't think so. I don't think any of the bosses are like stupid hard.
Yeah.
So no. I'm just
Okay.
gonna say no.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Well, Snake continues on until then he actually finds Dr. Marv.
Mm.
He does find Dr. Marv.
Dude,
But Dr. Marv is laying in a bed, not moving.
he's sleeping.
Yeah.
He's having a nap.
And Dr. Petrovich is in the room with him.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's like,
Also
"Oh."
having a nap?
No, he's just standing there,
He's just standing there watching Marv sleep.
assumedly. And then Snake walks up to Marv's body and oh no. Marv is dead.
He's not sleeping.
Marv is dead.
Oh,
Marv is dead, man. He really is.
the synthetic oil man died.
I promise you, dude, he's dead.
What about his oil? His Oilix.
Well, that's what Dr. Petrovich tells you. He stored all of the data on Oilix on an MSX cartridge.
What does that mean?
You remember what system we're playing this on?
Oh, What?
We're playing this game on the MSX.
What the meta is happening?
Dude, if you think that's meta.
See, I guess Big Boss telling you to shut the game down was the first.
This series is literally meta is like intrinsically Dude, just wait till we get to Metal Gear Solid 2. Oh my god.
Okay. So he stored what? He stored the info of Oilix on an MSX
Yes.
cartridge?
Yes, he did.
So how like
But
how to make it basically?
yeah. But Petrovich can't get into the locker where the MSX cartridge is in.
Dude, I'm suspicious of Petrovich. He's
Snake is like, what happened to him? And then Petrovich is like, he was dead when I got here.
mm,
But then Snake looks down and notices that there's bruises all over Marv's neck.
mm.
And Petrovich is like, I didn't do it. Boss battle ensues.
With Petrovich?
Yeah, we fight Petrovich.
Holy shit.
Petrovich was bad the whole time.
Since the first game?
Yeah, I mean so it's revealed in a radio call that he went back to the West and was like trying to get people to buy his idea for Metal Gear and like everyone was laughing him out of the room and shit. So he
Oh.
was like, "You know what? If they don't want me, I'm sure Zanzibar Land will."
See, I guess the fact that he made that should have been pretty suspicious.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
first game, I forgot to mention they say that Petrovich is being forced to make it,
Well, that's what I
but
assumed.
he's not.
I assumed either that or it was like, the not the Oppenheimer narrative where it's like he regrets his
We get both
creation.
of those throughout the series.
Hmm.
There's a lot of scientists in the series.
Okay. Okay.
Um, But yeah, we fight Dr. Petrovich, and I will say it is ridiculous. This man takes like 36 rockets to the fucking dome. This old man, he puts Snake in a chokehold.
Wait, he's not wearing any. He's just a dude,
He's just an old dude in like a lab coat.
and he takes 36 rockets to the dome.
He takes like 36 rockets to the dome.
Why did he even need to make a walking nuke?
I don't know.
He sounds
He
like a
is a
walking
walking
nuke.
nuke. He is a walking nuke, dude.
Petrovich sounds like he just wanted to create himself.
Yeah, I mean, essentially.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but
Do you beat him?
yeah, you beat him. You
And
win.
and is he actually dead?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll trust you.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, Snake continues on, and then he finds Metal Gear D.
And that's not the. That's like the
That's
second edition.
the new Metal Gears, Metal Gear D.
Is Gray Fox in it? Is Gray Fox in that bitch?
It is piloted by Gray Fox. Yes,
Okay.
Gray Fox is piloting it.
This is the moment. Is Gray Fox actually bad?
Boss battle ensues.
Oh, damn, dude. I really thought
Snake destroys Metal Gear.
I'm having my trust issues are this game just really takes you for a loop
Dude,
because I'm confused.
this is the most simplistic shit in the whole series.
So Gray Fox captures Petrovich, but Petrovich was bad the whole time, but so is Gray Fox. Who's running this shit? Who so does everybody I'm guessing everybody kind of has their own agenda here.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
kind of what's going
it
on.
would sound like it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Gray Fox does escape from Metal Gear D before it explodes, and then he runs away, but Snake runs after him.
Right.
And when you catch up to him, boss battle ensues.
Boss battle ensues. Okay.
It's actually cool though because you don't have any equipment. All of your equipment burned off in the Metal Gear fight. Like when Metal Gear explodes, it literally sets fire to your equipment, and you have to throw it all out of your inventory.
The walking nuke exploded again.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And it's still the second edition. They still didn't update.
No, it's no. Why would they update it?
Yeah,
it's
they didn't
literally
update.
it's explosive proof nuclear weapons.
Okay, good. I was just making
Okay.
sure.
Okay. But yeah. So you have to fight him fist to fist.
Nice.
Um,
And have you had to do that at all yet? Like
I
a
mean,
fist to
you
fist
can
thing?
do that with like the regular guards, but like
Yeah.
most boss
This like
battles,
forces you.
yeah.
Okay.
It's cool, but basically, once you beat him, Gray Fox tells you his real name is Frank Yeager.
Frank Yeager.
Frank Yeager.
Okay.
Um,
Wait, who tells you that?
Gray Fox.
Oh, okay.
His real name is Frank Yeager.
Okay.
And Jaeger means hunter in
Yes.
German.
I know that because of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's his real name. Gray Fox's real name is Frank Yeager,
Okay.
and he reveals to you that Big Boss saved his life
Wow.
twice on two separate occasions.
So he owes him a debt.
Yeah, he does. And
To be honest, him sending Snake was probably an additional time. because Snake saved Gray Fox, and Big Boss sent Snake.
I mean, I guess you could count that, yeah. So it'd be
Yeah.
3 times.
Well, technically,
Uh,
Snake saved him, so really, he should owe Snake a debt.
he should. It's okay. So like throughout the game, Gray Fox kind of says like a couple things like, "Oh, we used to be friends" or something. It is known that Snake and Gray Fox were friends.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like hard for Snake to do is to
Yeah.
kill Gray Fox.
Okay.
Um, but basically, Gray Fox says since Big Boss saved him, he owes him a debt, and that Gray Fox only knows war. He's tried to live a life outside of this, but he can't. Gray Fox is a warrior. All he knows is war. That's
Mm.
that's all he can do. He's just a
Okay.
warrior. And then he dies. Gray Fox dies.
Did this make you sad?
They're MSX graphics. I can't really get emotionally attached to
To
8-bit
the
games,
pixels?
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Snake, he continues on and he runs into the next room
You know what's funny though?
where he finds
Uh-oh. Let me guess. Big Boss?
it's Big Boss.
Yes.
He finds Big Boss. And we're like, what the hell? We already killed you. How are you here? What the hell?
Big Boss.
Then this is the first time in the series that we get this, but they have an existential conversation right before fighting. They
Wow.
have like a deep conversation about the philosophy of war and the warrior not being able to live outside of war. And
Is there audio at this point?
no,
So this
it's
whole game is still like the
yeah, it's still dialogue.
okay.
But yeah, we find Big Boss.
Man.
And they have their conversation, and then Big Boss is like, I gotta kill you, man. And Snake's like,
And he feels bad about it?
yeah, kinda, I guess.
Like
Snake's like, I gotta kill you too.
they're
And
so they're basically being like, listen, one of us has to die here. It's not like I wanna it's not like I'm not out here because I want to murder you. It just has to be done. They're kind of like
yeah,
saying that to each
yeah,
other.
pretty much.
Okay.
Um, and this fact that I'm gonna tell you right now isn't actually told to us in this game. They don't tell us in this game,
Mm-hmm.
but in Metal Gear Solid, which is the next game we're gonna be talking about, they say this conversation happened in this game.
Okay.
It doesn't, but in Metal Gear Solid, they're like, yeah, he told me this when I fought him in Zanzibar Land. So,
Ah,
like, in the timeline wise, this is where he tells you. So, I'm just going to tell you now.
yeah.
The Big Boss reveals to Snake
Oh no.
that he is, in fact, Snake's father.
Snake, I am your father.
Yep. Yep. Big Boss is like, yeah, I'm your dad.
That's
Daddy Big Boss.
that's a big one right there.
Yeah.
How does Snake take that?
He kills him.
He kills.
It's actually cool, though. This boss fight's cool, though, because remember, you don't have any weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And Big Boss
Still,
does.
oh, after Gray
Yeah.
Fox.
Big Boss does have
Oh,
weapons.
ooh,
So Snake has to run around and you have to like basically scrounge because it's like multiple areas. Like you get multiple screens in this boss fight. And if you run through all the screens, you can find a lighter and a can of hairspray. And then if you use them
damn,
together, you use them as like a makeshift flamethrower, and that's how you kill Big Boss.
that's cool. That's actually, yeah,
Set him on
that's
fire.
unique. I like
Yeah.
that.
But basically, Snake kills Big Boss and then
Times two, second time,
second time. Second
and
time that he killed him.
I just have a feeling
You
he
have a
didn't
feeling
finish.
about what,
He
man?
didn't
What are you
finish the
thinking?
job,
You don't
man.
think Big Boss is dead?
I don't think he's
You
dead.
really don't think Big Boss is dead?
Although, I mean, two times you would hope, but you know what they say.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what they say. What do they say?
they say third time's the charm.
I couldn't say it. I had
That
to make someone else
that
do
is
it.
what they say, though.
That is what they say.
Yeah,
Is that the end of the game?
that is the end of the game. Snake gets evac'd on a chopper, and
Did they
we
ever
head out.
solve the Zanzibar land having all the nukes problem?
Oh well, since Metal Gear was destroyed, I'm assumed that
Oh, because Big Boss was the one who took all the nukes.
yes.
Right.
So like now that Big Boss, the guy who was running Zanzibar Land, is dead,
Yeah.
and Metal Gear is
Wait, were the
destroyed.
children ever explained?
No, it's just there were a bunch of children on this in this like military country.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if that was gonna come later. If that was important. If there was
It will be,
oh,
but
okay.
not for a long time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
So there is a reason it was mentioned.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that's the end of the game, and now we are moving on to Metal Gear Solid from
Yes.
1998. Okay, so we took a little bit of an intermission to go grab some beverages,
And take a pee.
adult beverages, if you will.
Mmm.
Mm. So let's see how this, since we're hitting the Metal Gear Solid, the Solid series, which, as anyone who knows Metal Gear, this is when the series starts getting a little bit a lot to handle. However, this first game is still the most simplistic of the Solid series, so we'll see how the adult beverages influence us as we go.
Yeah, man.
And Justin, I just gotta know, dude. I just really gotta know.
What are you gonna know?
What are your thoughts so far? We got through Metal Gear, Metal
Ooh.
Gear 2, Solid Snake. What are you thinking? Do you liking it? How's it going for you, man?
Yeah. Okay, so far, I think the story, especially for when it came out and for the type of game it is, it's got a lot going for it, dude. I mean, the names are corny, but obviously for the most part, each boss has a unique, a unique fight. And then at the same time, it's got twists, it's got stealth. I mean, I gotta say, was there a lot of games at this time that had stealth?
No, I mean, this wasn't the
I
first.
guess that's a weird question, but you do know what I mean?
Yeah, this wasn't the first ever stealth game, but it was like the game that made stealth like a genre.
Okay.
So it wasn't the first ever stealth game in technical terms. However, it was like the first like game to be like, oh man, stealth is the name of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. Yeah, story-wise, I mean, it is simple, but it works. It works for what it is, especially being a kind of a government is corrupt type of theme. I'm liking it.
I am very glad to hear you say that,
Do you
man.
know who my favorite character is?
Is it is it Kyle
It's
Schneider?
Kyle Schneider.
Oh, wonderful.
He comes back, right?
Yes,
Yes. Okay, good.
definitely.
Good.
But yeah, let's get into it. Metal Gear Solid 1998. It came out on
1998.
the PlayStation 1.
Ooh.
We're big jump from the
Yeah.
MSX to the PS1.
This came out in 1998?
Yep.
Okay. And
Um,
when does it take place?
it takes place in, oh, shit, I don't think I wrote it down. However, if my memory serves me correctly, it's 2005.
Oh, okay. So this is also a big jump in the game.
Yes, like there's been some time elapsed between the two.
Yeah.
The last one was 1999, so this is probably approximately 6 years after.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I will say this was the first delve into CGI graphics, or CGI, I guess, like 3D environments, 3D graphics.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, first ever?
no,
First in the series.
first in the series.
Got it. Got it.
I will say this game revolutionized gaming.
Wow.
This game is the reason we have stealth games today.
Really?
This game is the reason that games like Hitman or Assassin's Creed were ever made.
Dude.
This game,
It's
it is the
revolutionary.
it is revolutionary. Also, this game is known for its voice acting. At the
So
time, like you had games that had voice acting, but it was usually not very good. I don't know
okay.
if you've ever seen any of the old like PlayStation 1 Resident Evil games. The voice acting is god awful,
Okay.
horrible.
Okay.
I'm talking like literally think the worst voice acting you could think of.
Oh,
That's how bad it is.
okay.
This game, the voice acting was so good.
Yeah.
It was genuinely so good. The gameplay was so good. It's outdated by today's standards, clearly.
Yeah. And it was the
Um,
first in the series to have voice acting too, right?
yes.
Okay.
So now all the characters do have voices. They have their looks established. I will say for the slideshow that I'm showing you, since they're all PlayStation 1 graphics, I'm not showing you their in-game models. I'm showing you the Yoji Shinkawa art. Yoji Shinkawa is the art designer of the Metal Gear franchise. Uh,
So it's not pixelated
Yeah,
and
so you can
yeah.
get a clear view of what the character looks like
Yeah.
versus if I just showed you a pixelated blob.
Right. I get it.
As the series goes on, like in the very next game, you'll start seeing in-game models because
Mhm.
you can tell what they look like at that point. But right now, You're just getting the Yoji Shinkawa art, which is good. Yoji
Yeah,
Shinkawa is a very good artist.
yeah.
Uh,
From what I'm seeing so far,
that is
it's
that is
been good.
his. For anyone listening, what I am showing him right now is the title, like the title card of Metal Gear Solid One, and it is the Yoji Shinkawa art style. So
Yeah,
that is what the art you'll be seeing for the rest of the episode is.
very nice.
Um,
Did you ever play PlayStation 1?
yeah, I had a PlayStation One.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I wasn't I'm not old enough to be around when it came out, but like my dad still had one. Obviously, the PS2 is like what the current console when we were like kids,
Yeah. Yep.
but we still had a PlayStation 1 and I did play it when I was younger. So
I never played the PlayStation 1. The first PlayStation I played was the 2, and I didn't play that one a ton, but PlayStation 3 was the first console that I played a ton. Well, the Wii. We can't forget about the Wii. The Wii was the first console I played probably the most, but it was at the same time as the PS3 for me. So
I
I would
played
say I played them pretty evenly.
I think the Xbox 360 was the first console that I like played religiously. However, I had it at the same time as the PS2 and the PS1, and my dad also had an N64.
Yeah.
So I had like a bunch of games at my disposal. I played a lot of them, but 360 was what I played the most.
I never played
Because
Xbox until like the last 3 years. So,
well, I was a pretty big fan of Gears of War, and that is an Xbox exclusive. Which, speaking of Gears of War, um,
we're going to have an episode
I
at
I
some point.
I do plan on giving you an exposition seat on Gears of War.
All right, that sounds
Um,
good.
I love that. I love those games, and they don't get
Yeah.
enough love. But anyways, okay,
Let's do it.
let's get into it.
What's going on? What's going on in the world of Solid Snake?
All right, so this game starts, and we get a mission briefing
Good.
by Roy Campbell from the last
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. New boss.
Um, yeah, new big boss. He's telling Solid Snake nuclear disposal facility called Shadow Moses Island
Oh,
has
Shadow Moses Island.
Shadow Moses Island.
Is that a code name?
No, it's just what the facility is called.
Nice.
But I mean it's a nuclear disposal facility. So if you remember in the last game, the world came to like peace and like agreed to get rid of all of the nuclear
Yeah.
armaments.
Oh, so they
So
just blow shit up there.
no, so it's like that's where they take the nukes to like hold them until they can figure out how to get rid of them.
Oh, so they
Because
just sit
like
there.
yeah, like nuclear waste doesn't go away. So like until
Okay.
they can figure out what to do with them, it's like a nuclear storage place, but it's
Yeah.
it's called a nuclear disposal facility.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Shadow Moses, that's where we're at. But Roy Campbell tells us, oh, I forgot to mention, Snake was in retirement.
Really?
Yeah, he after the last game, he goes into retirement.
Dude was traumatized.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he had to kill his dad and his
Yeah,
best friend.
that's true. That hurts a man.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't know his dad at all, but he
Yeah.
had to kill him.
Well, still,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
but basically, Roy Campbell takes him like basically they don't kidnap him, but they hold him like they take him out of retirement. They're like, you gotta fucking you're coming with us.
Yeah,
Snake is honestly he's pretty opposed. He doesn't want to go on another mission, but Roy Campbell is like you're going to.
he's John Wick.
Like you have to go on this mission,
Yeah.
and you're the only one that can do it. So yeah, John Wick.
Pulling a dude out of retirement, that's a solid trope. I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's.
love to see it.
I mean, it's not the last time he goes into retirement. I'll tell you that.
Okay. I mean, how many more games are there?
Well, I mean, there is two, three, four, Peace Walker, five, five, two, and Rising. So
Dude had two
seven.
games, went into retirement, then had what, six more? That's tough. That's
Okay.
tough. Okay.
I will also mention right now before we get into like, because this is like the first like main game that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
So those first two, they're honestly more set up to the world. But like before we get in there, I will mention we're not covering every Metal Gear Solid game ever made. We're only covering the main canon,
Hmm.
which is Metal Gear Solid, the two Metal Gears, Metal Gear Solid 1 through 5. Um, However, there is one game we're going to cover that is technically not canon. So like Hideo Kojima, the creator, he basically said once, and I don't think he said this exactly, but he insinuated if his name if he didn't make it, it's not canon.
Yeah.
Um, so the game Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, it is not made by him, but me personally, and a lot of other people,
Mm,
it's canon. I think it's
okay.
canon.
Okay.
It's canon to me,
So
and
they
that's all that
they did a
matters.
good job.
I really like it.
Okay.
It's a great game.
It's
I
so it's
can't. I'm not giving you anything else on it right
so
now.
it's not the Metal Gear 2 that was an absolute shit show.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But I think there's a total of like 20 Metal Gear games total. Um,
Wow, really?
yeah. However, we won't be covering a lot of them. Like we won't be doing Metal Gear Acid or Metal Gear Ghost Babel because those are just straight up non-canon, confirmed non-canon.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Got it.
like they can't fit in the timeline,
Yeah.
basically. Like they don't. There's nowhere they can fit in the timeline. To me, so anyone who wants to yell at me and say, "Yeah, they can. They can fit in this specific point," shut up. It's fine. They don't fit in the timeline. They're not canon.
You're just getting that argument out of the way?
I'm getting it out now because I'm sure that when this goes up, someone will have some beef to say with me because a lot of people like Ghost Babel. Okay. Anyways,
Hey man,
uh,
have faith.
Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, technically not canon. It's canon to me, so we're covering it,
All
but it'll
right.
be later on.
I mean, you're the one in the seat, right?
Yeah.
So it's your choice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then, okay, back to the game. Sorry for the little tangent, I guess.
Let me hear it. What's going on?
Basically, Roy Campbell makes Snake come out of retirement to go on one last mission. Um, And during
Okay.
this mission briefing, Dr. Naomi Hunter,
Ooh.
she injects Snake with nanomachines. She basically tells him at the time that it's like since it's in the Shadow Moses Island is in Alaska,
Okay.
so like it's
The
basically
island is in Alaska.
yes, so it's in Alaska's Fox Archipelago, according to
Oh,
Roy
so it's like a
Campbell.
bunch of islands and it's inside that
It's a facility on like an island in
around
Alaska.
Alaska. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Okay.
in the territory of Alaska.
Okay. I get you. So it's
Um,
American territory.
yes. But basically, the nanomachines, they are basically designed to make sure Snake doesn't need to eat and drink like 24/7. Like they basically are helping his body consist on its own.
Dang.
And they keep him from suffering from hypothermia.
And he's cool. He's like, give that shit
Yeah,
to me.
that's what Naomi Hunter tells us.
And he's cool. He's like, let me have it.
Yeah, I mean she injects him with it.
Okay.
All right,
He's a
well,
really trusting guy.
Snake, he's a guy.
He's a guy.
He's a guy. I love him. I love Snake.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Solid Snake, by the way. I need to say it is Solid Snake.
Yeah.
All right.
Why wouldn't it be?
Continuing on. Um,
Okay.
so Dr. Naomi Hunter
Was
is
ominous.
she's a gene therapist. I need to put that out there as well. She's a scientist specifically in the field of genetics.
A gene therapist?
Yes. So like she like works with genes to influence.
Therapist?
Yes. This game's based in reality.
Okay.
Um
Okay. Okay.
um
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so
We can make it
Colonel
make sense.
Campbell, Roy Campbell.
Yeah.
If I say Colonel or if I say Colonel Campbell, that is who I'm referring
Little
to.
boss.
Yeah, little boss.
Little boss.
Okay, so Colonel Campbell basically tells you his niece has been taken hostage. Her name is Meryl.
Everybody's getting taken
They
hostage.
always do. Uh,
Somebody's needs to watch these damn kids. I swear, dude.
yeah, she's hostage. She's been taken hostage.
Where's she at?
Shadow Moses.
Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
what he tells you is that Meryl's been taken hostage. A group of rogue Foxhound members have taken Shadow
Oh.
Moses over.
Oh, from his original team.
Yes. I mean, I don't think in this game they are technically under Foxhound, but it is still like the same unit.
Okay.
So a group of rogue Foxhound members have taken over Shadow Moses Island, and they are accompanied by a group of next generation special forces soldiers, or they're regarded to as the genome soldiers.
The genome soldiers.
Yes. Basically, that's why I mentioned that Naomi is a gene therapist, is because these soldiers have been genetically enhanced.
Oh, so she like get walks them
She
through it?
she didn't work on all of them, but basically she led the research that has made these genome soldiers possible.
Okay. Okay.
So
So,
Dr. Naomi Hunter, she's a gene therapist. That's why she's on this mission to like,
mhm.
she's helping out.
Yep.
Um, but basically, this group of Rogue Foxhound members has this massive group of genome soldiers at their disposal, and they've
Yeah.
taken over
It's
Shadow
like a bunch of
Moses.
Captain Americas with the soldier serum kind of.
Kinda, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, they're not that good in the game, but that's just because gameplay is gameplay. So like, just go with
Yeah.
that in your head.
Yeah. Okay. Story wise.
Um, but basically, this group of Rogue Foxhound members, they are demanding the remains of Big Boss. They
Oh.
want his dead body.
They want confirmation.
They want his dead body, and if their demands are not met,
That's
they
all they want.
will fire a nuclear weapon.
Do they say where?
I don't think they say where, actually.
Okay.
They're basically just threatening nuclear attack
Okay.
on, we just assume the United States.
Okay.
So Campbell tells Snake, your mission objectives are to infiltrate Shadow Moses, find out if they actually have the ability to make a nuclear strike,
Mm.
um, and also rescue these two separate hostages that they've taken, President Kenneth Baker and DARPA Chief Donald Anderson.
So they have the president, the chief.
Sorry, I should have said President of Arms Tech.
What is that?
It's a made up organization, but basically these two are like super high military men.
Okay.
They
Okay.
basically like run research facilities that like are in weapons
So they have two military
upgrades.
men and Roy Campbell's niece.
Yes.
Okay.
Um well, President of Arms Tech, uh Kenneth Baker, he runs Arms Tech. Arms Tech
Yeah.
is like a research group for the United States military.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then I can't remember what DARPA stands for, but DARPA is a real thing. Like we in the real world
IRL.
have a DARPA. Yeah.
Well, let's find out.
I mean, yeah, feel free to Google it if you want.
So that's a Darba. Is it a military thing? Do you know?
Yes, it is a military thing. And they have the chief of DARPA, Donald Anderson, as well.
Ooh. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, DARPA with a P?
Yeah, DARPA.
Oh, I thought you said B. Okay. Okay. This is oh okay. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. That is a shit name.
I don't know, DARPA sounds cool, man. I like DARPA.
See, it sounds cool, but like it seems like they used words to try to get to DARPA, right? It's like they purposely chose words so it could spell out DARPA. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess technically, I see what you mean. Anyways, they have Donald Anderson, DARPA chief, and Kenneth Baker, president of Arms Tech. Snake needs to rescue them and needs to find out if they can make a nuclear strike.
Okay.
Okay, that's his mission objectives. Then Colonel also tells him that it's a one-man infiltration mission because they're trying to be as covert as possible.
Yeah. Only let one man know.
Yeah, and then he tells us who the members of this rogue Foxhound unit are. We have Psycho Mantis,
Nice.
Sniper Wolf,
Ooh.
Decoy Octopus,
Ooh.
Vulcan Raven. No ooze for Vulcan
Nope.
Raven.
It was the coolest sounding one, so I didn't want to say anything.
Revolver Ocelot.
Okay. Okay, that's crossing the line. That is crossing the line. Revolver Ocelot?
Yeah, it's Revolver Ocelot.
How okay, what if I told you I forgot what an ocelot is?
Uh,
Minecraft.
yeah, think of Minecraft,
Yes. It
like
just came to
little
me.
leopards, like
Yeah.
little leopard cats or whatever.
Yes.
Revolver Ocelot.
I would stay away from him.
You'd make a good assumption.
Okay.
And then their leader, Lick.
Oh wait. Rifle Rifle Badger.
It's not Rifle Badger.
Damn it. Who is it?
It's Liquid Snake.
Bum bum.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
I
What
mean,
is
our
Liquid Snake?
protagonist's name is Solid Snake.
Yeah, wait. Wait a second.
This is Liquid Snake.
So
Naomi
it's
also tells our snake. When I say snake, I'm referring
yeah,
to Solid Snake.
yeah.
If I'm referring to Liquid Snake, I will just say liquid.
Okay.
Liquid.
Okay. Okay. So Liquid Snake looks like does he look like Snake?
Yeah, he looks exactly like Snake. They are identical.
Oh,
They're
that's
identical.
that's not good.
They are identical,
That's not good.
like feature for feature.
I mean, listen, we started off with Naomi Campbell being a gene therapist.
Naomi Hunter.
Wait,
Her last name is Hunter.
wait, who is Naomi Campbell?
Naomi Campbell
Is
is
that
not
an
a
act?
person.
Is that an
That's
actress?
Is it an actress?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, no, it's not her.
No, we're calling her that.
Okay, if you want. I mean, Roy Campbell is another person.
I know.
Roy Campbell's our colonel. Naomi
So
Hunter
Naomi
is.
Campbell is a gene therapist.
You're gonna confuse the hell out of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I feel like either this dude is genetically modified copy or Big Boss has twins in his lineage. Ooh. Ooh.
You're making assumptions
I'm
there,
making
man.
some theories.
You're
Okay, keep
making
going. Keep going.
you're making some theories. Okay, well, anyways, basically, Snake infiltrates Shadow Moses.
As he does.
Yeah,
He
he
sneaks.
he
He snuck.
he comes
He
into like
snucks.
he snucks, Snake snucks.
Snake snucks.
He gets in. He takes an elevator up, and he basically sees
He loves elevators.
A Russian Hind D. That's a type of attack helicopter.
Okay.
Why does this group of American rogue foxhound people have a Russian helicopter?
Ooh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he sees that. He sees the Russian gunship, and he's like, okay, how did the terrorists get it? And then Campbell calls him on his, the radio is no longer called the radio. Now it's called the codec,
Okay.
which is a superior name,
I
in my opinion.
remember hearing that name
Codec.
at some point.
So if I say he gets a call on the codec, it's basically, it's just his radio, but
Yeah.
it's the codec.
Yeah. So
Okay,
wait,
so
is there any walking nukes at this point?
we don't know.
Okay.
I mean, they said they're threatening nuclear strike.
Because
Like,
I'm missing a walking nuke right now. I
I
need it
mean,
to show up at some point.
maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I've actually never played these games. I'm lying to you this whole time.
Okay.
But basically, Campbell calls us on the codec and he's like, "Hey, also this is Mei Ling," and he introduces us to Mei Ling.
Yeah.
She's just like another person on the codec. She basically saves your game for you. Like you call her to save the game.
Okay.
Um, but yeah,
Interesting.
he introduces her, and then Snake also, while he's getting inside, gets a call from Master Miller. He's here on this mission too.
The trainer.
Yeah, the trainer, the guy who trained him,
Yeah.
and everything.
So in game, does he like buff you or something? Or is he just kind of there to still give info?
No, you just call him on the codec if like you need any info, and he'll tell you. Like when you call him in this game, it's kind of funny. He'll give you like a little facts about Alaska
Oh.
because like him and Snake both lived in Alaska during their retirement. Oh, I should mention Master Miller is also retired.
Okay. So they
Um,
both got pulled?
yeah.
Nice.
Well, Master Miller didn't really get pulled. He just kind of like volunteered because Snake was involved. And
Okay. So he's a G.
yeah, Master Miller's a G.
We like MM.
Yeah. I should also mention Snake when he went into retirement, he became a dog musher.
What a dog musher?
Yeah, like those guys that like stand on the like the it's like a sled and you have your huskies pull it in like
Oh,
Alaska.
yeah.
Snake he had 50 Alaskan huskies and he was a dog musher.
Damn.
Yeah, and they pulled him away from that. How dare
Oh,
they?
how dare they?
How
They made
dare
a
they?
movie about that. That's the only reason I know about that.
But yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Snake he keeps going he keeps moving through Shadow Moses and then
snucking.
snucking if you will. He finds the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson.
Okay, so he's the president of DARPA.
Yeah, chief of DARPA, but
Oh,
yeah.
right, because the other president is the gun thing.
Yes, the other president is Kenneth Baker of Arms Tech.
Arms Tech. Yes.
But basically, he finds Donald Anderson,
Okay.
and he is like, "Hey, what the hell is going on?" Donald Anderson tells Snake the terrorists do in fact have the ability to launch a nuke with a new Metal Gear.
No.
Yeah, they
No.
have a Metal Gear.
So it's a walking nuke.
It's a walking bipedal tank. It has the ability to shoot nuclear weapons from any terrain.
So hold on. Why? Wait a
Metal
second.
Gear.
Wait. Why do they even need a bipedal? Can't they just shoot nukes from where they're at?
Well, I mean, if you have a walking tank, you can move that tank to wherever you want, and then you can shoot
How
nukes
did
from
I
there.
hold on though? Wouldn't the tank blow up if it shot the nuke?
No,
So how far away is it shooting the nuke?
I
So
mean, it would preferably shoot the nuke. Okay, I didn't write this down because it's like not super important, but like basically through conversations you learn that this like most of the Metal Gears in this series have the ability to launch nukes anywhere on the planet. Like
oh.
they can fire nukes from America and land in Russia
So why do they have legs?
because you can move them around easily.
Transport
Yeah,
them?
like they can walk. They
Okay.
also don't just have nukes. They have like machine guns on them and like some of them have like rail cannons where they can shoot lasers.
Got
Nukes
it.
are just
Got it.
like it's just their thing. They're designed to shoot nukes, but they also have abilities to shoot other things.
Okay. So they're just like a
They're
walking.
basically like death incarnate.
Yeah.
They are pretty destructive.
Yeah.
They cannot be
Anywhere on the
defeated.
planet's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think not every Metal Gear has that ability, but like most of the Metal Gears have that ability.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but basically, he tells them they have a new Metal Gear, and this one is called Metal Gear Rex.
Mm.
Metal Gear Rex.
No numbers.
No, it's just Metal Gear Rex.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. Metal Gear Rex is probably my favorite Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Um, he tells Snake that the only way to launch the nuke is by inputting two passcodes.
Hmm.
Like you have to have two.
LRR, LR,
No,
RL.
no.
Okay.
You have to have two passwords. And Kenneth Baker of Armstead knows one of them, and the DARPA chief knows the other one.
I see. So you need both.
So you need both of them to input these passwords in order to launch the nuke.
Okay. Okay.
He then tells you that they already have his,
Ooh.
because Psycho Mantis has the ability to read people's minds.
That's fucked.
He's a psychic. He has the ability to read people's minds.
Just naturally?
Yeah,
Probably some mechanical stuff going on, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Is there superheroes in these games?
What? These games are based in reality, Justin.
You did say that.
They're totally super seriously for sure based in reality.
Okay, good. Okay, I
Yeah,
just had to make sure.
absolutely.
I just had to make sure.
Absolutely.
Good.
100%.
Good.
Okay, but basically, um, Psycho Mantis read Donald Anderson's mind and got his passkey, so they already
Mm.
have his. He does tell you
Don't
that
they have the other guy captive though?
they do have the other guy captive.
Ooh.
But Donald Anderson tells you there is one way to override the passwords, and that is the use of three PAL keys. It's PAL. Basically, they're like card keys.
Okay.
Um,
Then you have to stick into the Metal Gear.
you have to, well, there's a console that's controlling it that you have to put into the
Mm.
console, and they basically override everything and shut down the Metal Gear.
Okay.
He tells you that those are there and they already have his. But he's like, okay, that's all I know. You need to get me out of here. And before Snake can even do anything, Donald Anderson dies all of a sudden. He dies, man. He
He
dies. Like
dies
he just keels over.
all of a sudden.
He literally falls over dead. He grabs it. It looks like a heart attack.
So dude,
He
this
grabs his heart and he's like, oh, and then falls over and
I'm
dies.
guessing bro has a chip in him or something. He got remote controlled to death.
He got remote controlled to death.
That's what I'm saying. That's what my theory is.
Your theory. Okay. Honestly, I'm liking your theories.
Yeah.
Okay, but Snake basically calls Colonel and he's like, what the hell? What the hell is going on?
Okay.
The Colonel is like, yo, I don't know what the hell that was. Like, that was weird.
Yeah.
He says there's things on this mission that I don't know. I'm just in charge of the operation, but like the the Secretary of Defense is the only one who would know info that classified. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
So Snake's like, okay, whatever. Um,
Did he ever tell Snake his passcode?
no. Well,
Mm.
why would he want to know his passcode to set the nuke off?
Yeah,
The passwords are what you use to fire the nuke.
that's true. Okay. Okay. Because he doesn't want to do that.
No,
It's Solid Snake.
Solid Snake wants to shut it down.
Yeah. Okay.
But basically, Snake gets out of the because they were in a jail cell. Did I say that?
Yeah. And I'm guessing if he didn't fall over dead, he would have just left him there. Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
that's what I would think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Snake gets out of the cell and he sees that there is a guard
Mm.
and he's laying on the ground
Oh.
and he's unclothed.
Oh.
You know, like that snail position where you're like laying with your face down and your ass up.
Uh. Yeah.
That's what this guard is doing, and he is just in his boxers. He's completely like unclothed.
Okay.
And Snake's like, "What? What the hell?"
What does he do?
Well, he sees that, and then before he has the ability to do anything, a gun is pointed at him.
By
He gets a gun right in his face.
by whom?
Um, he gets this gun pointed at him,
Is it
and it's another guard. This guard has a gun pointed to his face, and he's like,
okay?
"What the hell?"
Snake loves saying that.
Uh, I don't think he actually says it every time, but you know. Okay, so basically, this guard points a gun in his face, and Snake calls the fuck out. Like he calls this guard out. He calls
Oh,
their bluff hard.
so he's like,
He's like, "You've never even shot a trigger in your life, have you?"
ooh,
And the guard's like, "What? No, I know what I'm doing." And Snake's like, "The
you got a little,
safety's still on."
you got, you got a little British there with the guard. You know
No,
what I'm doing?
no, it's a little high pitched. It's like, "What? What? I know what I'm doing." And Snake's
Right.
like, "Safety's still on."
The safety's still on.
But before that anything can
Crazy.
happen, a bunch of guards rush in, and
Oh yeah.
both of them kill all the guards.
Yeah. Oh
And
wait,
before,
what?
yeah,
Both of them.
yeah.
He helps him?
I mean, this guard that has the safety still on their gun helps him kill or helps Snake kill the guards that rush in.
That
What the
are
hell is going on?
that are on the guard side?
I mean, assumedly.
Okay.
Well, if you remember, there was a guard on the ground with no clothes,
It's true.
and then
In an
this,
ass up position.
yeah, and this person with a guard's outfit on
Yeah.
is Snake's calling them out and saying they're a rookie.
Oh, I see. I see what you just inputted there. Okay. With the
Yeah,
guard outfit on.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Right.
Okay, but yeah, so this guard, before Snake can do anything, runs away.
Mm. Okay.
Um, and the guard gets away, and Snake's like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Okay,
Okay.
Snake continues on. Um, he does this thing, Snake sneaks, and then
Snucks.
he eventually finds Baker, Kenneth Baker, president of
President of Armtech.
yeah, president of Armstech.
Yeah.
He finds Baker, and Baker is tied to a column with a bunch of like steel wire wrapped around him. Like he's like
Ooh.
tied up and stuff.
Yeah.
And Snake's like, "What's going on?" And Kenneth Baker's like not talking, and he's like just kind of like wiggling around. And
Is his
then
mouth covered?
I think it's more so like he's grunting. He's like, "Oh, oh."
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it's not like his mouth is covered.
Okay.
But before Snake can even say, think, do anything,
Remote controlled to death.
Revolver Ocelot walks out from behind one
The
of the
motherfucker
pillars.
himself.
The motherfucker himself. He walks out and he's like, "I wouldn't touch those." Hold on, I gotta do a good Ocelot voice. He's like a cowboy, like cowboy voice, but not
Mm.
not actually like Western. Just like,
What is it like
"Oh,
a
Snake, I wouldn't touch those wires if I were you." No, that's just me doing Snake again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just think like old man, old cowboy man.
Yeah. I
He's
just
like,
can't get Snake out of my mind. I
yeah,
think
Snake is just the best voice.
everyone sounds like Snake
He's
to
the
me.
best voice in gaming. Okay, well, Revolver Ocelot, he walks out from behind the pillars. He basically is like, "Hey, don't touch those wires because they're wired to explosives. They'll kill everyone if you touch them."
Okay.
Um, and then boss battle ensues.
Mm-hmm.
You fight
Is this the
Snake, or
first?
yes, yes, it is. Revolver
Nice.
Ocelot is the first boss fight of the game. And Snake fights him. I like this boss fight. I know some people don't, but I do.
Yeah.
Anyways, once you beat Revolver Ocelot, a out of nowhere, like he's reloading his gun. It's like you don't kill him when you beat him. It's like once you beat him, a cutscene happens.
Okay.
And before he is like as he's reloading his gun, out of nowhere, a cyborg ninja shows up.
Dude,
He
is
jumps.
it is it is it Kyle Schneider?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
I hope
Well,
it is, man.
basically, the cyborg ninja shows up and cuts off Ocelot's hand.
Oh,
He
oh.
straight up cuts his entire
So
like
Cyborg Ninja's awesome.
not even just his hand, like his entire front forearm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he cuts his shit off.
So he has a sword.
Yeah. And then Ocelot's like, "Ah," and runs away because he's like, "Ah."
Because his forearm was cut off.
Yeah, because he's like got his arm cut off, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but basically, Ocelot runs away. This cyborg ninja then cuts all of the wires that were holding up Kenneth Baker, the DARPA chief, or not
No explosives?
Arms Tech, not DARPA. He does it so quick that no explosives trigger.
Nice.
Yeah,
He
this
found the loophole.
cyborg ninja's a badass.
So they just have to be cut quickly.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But basically, he cuts all away, like he cuts them all away, and Baker falls off, and he's like, "Oh, I'm fine." And then the cyborg ninja starts tweaking the fuck out.
Oh shit. Remote control.
He doesn't die. He just starts like his head starts shaking, and he starts like getting like
And is his face covered?
his face is covered.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Okay. I see it. I see it.
but yeah, and he just starts screaming and like shaking, and then he runs away.
Damn.
He
So
just
many.
he just starts running
s-
away, and he's like,
So many
ah!
people are running away.
Yeah.
Dang.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
but Kenneth Baker, he's been cut free, so Snake is like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
He doesn't.
But then he basically talks to Kenneth Baker.
I love how this game's just Snake being thrown into a situation and just getting absolutely dumped with
Oh yeah,
endless shit.
yeah. Snake is he. They
And he
gave
has no
him
idea what any of it
no. He
means.
has no idea what's going on. But Baker tells Snake that they have his code,
Wow. So he's just getting bad news after bad news, man.
but they don't have his code for why you think they have his code.
No?
Why do you think they have Baker's code?
Mind control?
No.
Oh.
Baker tells Snake that all of the higher up military personnel have like mind control training. Like they all get it.
Oh, wow.
And it basically makes them like less susceptible to mind control. So they're not they can't be controlled like that.
So mind control is just something that is a thing,
Yes.
and they all know about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, they've had training that basically means like they're like resistant to this.
Okay.
Um and Snake is like, "Oh, well, did the DARPA chief also have that?" And
Okay.
he's like, "Yeah, he did."
Hold on. So what does this mean?
Baker tells us the DARPA chief also had the mind control, like resistance training.
Ooh.
Then Baker also tells us that the only reason they have his is because Ocelot tortured the shit out of him and he couldn't resist. Like he just couldn't take it.
Okay.
But they didn't get Psycho Manus wasn't able to probe into his mind. Ocelot tortured it out of him.
Okay.
Nevertheless, they have both passcodes, so this is bad.
Yeah. They can launch.
Yeah. The the Baker, he then says that he doesn't have the key cards either. Um, like the ones I said that can override
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Metal Gear Rex.
Yep. In
He
the
doesn't,
console.
yeah, he doesn't have them anymore because he gave them to a woman soldier.
Okay.
Um,
Have we seen a woman soldier at this point?
I mean, by today's graphics, you probably would be able to tell, but yes, you wouldn't be able to tell if you played the game though.
Oh, okay. So it
I mean, I
was
guess you would be able to tell because I'm leaving something out, but like I like the mystery, so I'm leaving it out on purpose.
okay. Okay.
But
I was
yeah,
just asking more like, have we seen a specific person
have we
that
seen an
they've?
instance where I mentioned a specific soldier?
Oh yeah. See, that's literally why I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, have we?
The ass up soldier who got his shit taken was taken by the woman in
Presumably
question.
a woman soldier.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, he then tells Snake that Snake needs to find Dr. Hal Emmerich.
Ooh.
Dr. Hal Emmerich is the one who designed Metal Gear Rex.
Dude's list of missing persons is just growing
It is substantially.
every day.
Yeah. Um, he then gives Snake an optical disc containing all of the exercise information from Metal Gear Rex's test runs.
So how so essentially like what it's capable of kind of like everything it's done, everything it can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like all of the test data that, they would be intrinsically wanting to know.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. He then says that the woman guard, he tells us what her codec frequency is. I because like on the codec, it's like you have certain frequencies call certain people. So he tells us what the woman guard's codec frequency is, and we call her. And it turns out this woman guard is Meryl.
Meryl.
Meryl. Meryl.
Who's Meryl?
Campbell's niece that was taken
Oh, it's
hostage.
Campbell's niece.
Meryl. Meryl Silverberg.
Oh
But yeah,
shoot.
it's Meryl.
Meryl isn't what was the guy's name in the second game who got captured? So with the M, right?
Keo Marv.
Marv. Okay, okay,
Yeah, it's
okay,
no
okay.
relation.
Yeah. So
Um,
the niece who got captured. See, I was imagining a child. So she's not a child.
no,
So she's an adult.
she's an adult. She's a full grown woman.
Okay. So she's
Campbell's an old man.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. See, I was imagining Campbell only because he was new boss, young boss. I was imagining him as like young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get
I
it
mean, I
now.
showed you the picture, and he's an old man in the picture. But
Yeah, but see,
yeah,
yeah, okay, I have no excuse, do I?
no, you don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Well, either way, that's good to know.
anyways, yeah, it's Meryl, and then we talk to her, and she's
Viral.
she's like, "All right, let's go meet up somewhere."
Whoa.
What do you mean, whoa?
What are they gonna meet up?
Well, I mean, wouldn't you want to
Aren't they
meet up?
like in an espionage situation?
Yeah, but I mean, this is a big facility. I'm sure they could find somewhere to like meet up and like confirm information with each other. Also, Meryl has the three key cards.
Oh, you're right, because they're not like they're talking to each other
Yeah, over
over like
codec.
inter. Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. For some reason, I was like they're in person and they want to go somewhere else, but I get you. That
No, no,
makes
no, no,
sense.
no. But basically, she gets off the phone or off the codec with Snake, and then Baker, the one that was tied up, he basically tells us like Snake asks him, he's like, "What the hell was that cyborg ninja?" And
Okay.
Baker is like, "I don't know enough about it, but you should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Gene therapist.
You should ask her because she would know more than I would." And Snake's like, "What?" But then all of a sudden,
Snake is always saying what?
dude, he's confused this
He's
whole game.
confused. Yeah.
Okay, but basically, all of a sudden, Baker dies of a heart attack.
Oh my. Baker?
Baker, the guy who was,
He was remote controlled to death.
I mean, if you remember, the DARPA chief also died of a heart
Oh,
attack.
I remember.
So they both died of a heart attack. Snake is like fucking confused.
Yeah.
He is like, he's like, Colonel, what the hell's going on?
But Colonel's dead.
No, Colonel Campbell's not dead.
Oh, you're right.
Why would you think Colonel's dead?
Well, you said chief, president, colonel. They all mean the same thing.
I guess technically, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not at all, really, but I
Okay, you're
guess
right.
you could. Anyways, um, Snake now has been told he needs to go find Dr. Hal Emmerich and he wants to meet up with Meryl.
Okay.
Those are like his two current objectives.
Yeah.
So he heads out. Um, while he's heading out, he gets a call on his codec from someone unknown. And like, we don't see any pictures of this person because normally on the codec, you have like a little like picture of the person,
Yeah.
but we don't have a picture at
Like
all.
in
It's
game, it shows you a
yeah,
picture.
yeah. It's like a static screen. And this person, it's they don't give their name and they just say, "Call me Deep Throat."
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he says, "Call me Deep Throat."
No, like it actually.
I'm serious. I'm so serious.
His name is Deep Throat.
Yeah, and then Snake goes, "As in the informant from the Watergate scandal."
The water scandal. Wait, Bill Clinton.
But then the mystery
Bill
caller,
Clinton is canon.
I mean, I think he is actually. Yeah.
Wait, is that Bill Clinton?
No, I think Watergate was Richard Nixon.
Yeah, you're right. I got the scandals mixed up.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. Um,
The wa-
the
name dropping Watergate scandals wild.
Deep Throat tells us that there's like mines around us, so Snake has to avoid the mines. Anyways, continues on.
Okay.
Um, he keeps moving on, and then he finds a hallway covered in dead bodies and blood. Like there's blood all over the walls, and there's dead bodies lining both sides of the walls.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's like, what the hell? You know, classic Snake.
Yep.
He then keeps moving on, and he gets to the end of the hallway where there's a door. He walks into the door, and he finds Dr. Hal Emmerich.
Okay.
He's on the ground, like being backed up into a corner by the cyborg ninja.
Who is Hal Emmerich?
The doctor that Baker told us to find. The guy who developed he designed Metal Gear Rex.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Who's yeah. Yeah.
You are really just
This is getting to the point where like names are all morphing. And it's funny because the first two games, it was very straightforward.
This is
And this
the
third game is like just an absolute it's just the exposition, it's catching up to me.
this is the most simplistic game in the Solid series.
Yeah. So what does that mean for me?
It means you're screwed.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so Colonel Baker.
nope.
Okay, so Hal Emmerich.
Yep.
He made he
Metal Gear
made
Rex.
Metal Gear Rex.
Yes.
Emmerich, which I just said. Baker.
Yes.
Let me remember who that is. That was the president of Arms Tech, right?
Correct.
Okay, I remember that. Right before he died, he said you need to find Hal Emmerich,
Yep.
who made this, blah blah blah.
Yep.
That's where we're at.
Yes, that's where
Okay,
we're
cool.
at.
I just had to say it out loud.
Well, you said it out loud.
Keep going.
All right.
Okay,
Snake finds Hal Emmerich, but he's being backed up into a wall by the cyborg ninja.
exactly. After dead bodies on the wall.
Yeah, so it's insinuated that cyborg ninja murdered there's 10 guards laying in the ground in that
Okay,
hallway. So
okay,
the cyborg ninja's fucking people up.
yeah.
But he's basically cornering Hal, and Hal straight up pisses himself.
Damn,
Like you can see the pee
he's
come out of
scared as
him.
shit.
Yeah, like there's literally in the game steam comes off of his crotch, and you see the water effects start leaking out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
he pisses himself hard. Snake walks in, and he sees the cyborg ninja, and he's like, "Hey, what the hell? What are you doing?" Classic Snake. And
Okay.
then the cyborg ninja turns around and looks at Snake, and he's like, "Oh, you." And then Hal, my dear, good, lovely Hal, goes, "What? What's with these guys? It's like one of my Japanese animes."
He says that. That's his dialogue.
That is his dialogue.
What?
And he goes, "It's like one of my Japanese animes."
What does that even mean?
I mean, there's a cyborg ninja, and then some random buff military dude in a sneaking
Okay.
suit.
I like that. So he's calling out. He's calling out.
He's calling out "What the hell? This is weird."
Yeah. So it's like a little bit of a meta joke, kind of.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, basically, since Snake has the cyborg ninja distracted, Hal Emmerich gets up and gets into one of the lockers, he hides in there.
Okay.
And then boss battle ensues. Snake fights the cyborg ninja, and you got to fight him hand to hand because this boss battle is one of my favorite in the game, honestly. Because if you try to use guns against him, he literally will dodge your bullets.
Wow.
Yeah, he's insane.
But he can't dodge fists.
No, he wants to fight you. He wants to fight you hand to hand. He's like,
Ooh.
"Give me your warrior spirit."
So it's like an honor thing.
Yeah, it's like an honor thing.
Nice.
You beat him, and once when you get him to his final phase, he starts tweaking out again,
Yeah, because I was gonna say like
and
when
he starts
was.
smashing his head into the ground.
Ooh, wow.
It's really, dude. It's I love this. I love this cutscene.
Okay.
It's so eerie.
Yeah.
But basically, you beat him, and he freaks out, starts smashing his head into the ground, and then runs away. And Snake's like, "No, it can't be." And he calls Colonel, and he goes, "I know that fighting style anywhere. That's Gray Fox."
No.
And uh, Naomi
Why did the greats always become ninjas?
Naomi jumps in, and she's like, "Yes, it is Gray Fox.
So
It
she
is
is
him."
British.
And then she tells us Naomi's British, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Meryl's not,
Right.
which is who you thought I was when I was saying the woman soldier
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
That's who you thought I was talking British as. And that
Got
was
it.
Meryl.
Got it. Got it.
Meryl's not British. Naomi is.
Okay.
Until the fourth game.
Okay. Okay.
But anyways, moving on. Uh, Naomi confirms, yes, that is Gray Fox. He was experimented on by a Dr. Clark. So we know that a Dr. Clark basically made Gray Fox into the cyborg ninja.
And this is interesting because I do remember this when we fought Gray Fox in the second game. It was a fist fight,
It was a fist fight, yes.
and so it kind of held up with this fight being that you had to do it again with the
Yeah.
fist fight.
No, I mean Gray Fox is one of my favorite parts of this game.
Okay, that's cool.
If I say cyborg ninja, I am referring to Gray Fox. If I say Gray Fox, I am referring to cyborg ninja.
Yeah, now that we know that, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
Basically, she tells you that Dr. Clark, the one who made Gray Fox into the cyborg ninja, died in an explosion in the lab that was used to create Gray Fox, though. So no one really knows what happened after that. Gray Fox body just kind of disappeared
Okay.
because Gray Fox did die in Zanzibar land, but they brought him back to life and made him into the Cyborg Ninja.
Oh.
Yeah.
So bringing people back to life is a thing.
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
I don't know. Moving on.
Okay.
Moving on.
I just had to clarify if I should should
This
I
game is based in reality. How many times do I have to tell you that?
okay. Well, I just need to because now that that could bring a lot to the table here.
It sure could.
It sure
It
could.
sure could.
Okay, okay.
Anyways, Snake goes to pull Hal Emmerich out of the closet, and Hal didn't actually know that like they wanted Metal Gear to be like used for offensive capabilities. Hal Emmerich designed Metal Gear to be like a defense system.
Hmm.
So this Metal Gear Rex that he designed, he thought it was going to be like a defense system the whole time,
Yeah.
and he is like just as surprised as Snake that they're using it to launch a nuke at the U.S. So
Sure.
then he feels like he's like devastated when he learns that they're going to use it the way they're going to use it.
Oh, so he's a dumbass.
He's actually really smart.
That I
He
mean,
then
he made a
tells
nuke
Snake,
war machine and he's surprised somebody's using it for war.
I mean that's true. What you just said is true.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but basically he we get a little bit of backstory for Hal Emmerich, and he tells Snake that the reason he got into robotics development is because he wanted to build robots like the ones in his Japanese animes.
This dude. This dude.
He really liked the robots in his Japanese animes, and he wanted to build them in real life. So he
So,
got into nuclear weapons.
so Japanese anime is the origin of this game's of this game's antagonist.
You know, man, it could be.
Oh, that's
It could be.
that's inspiring.
He then tells Snake that his leg is injured from Gray
Missing.
Fox.
Oh,
So he's gonna stay here and stick around, but he gives you his codec frequency, so you can talk to him on the codec now.
nice.
He also tells you that you should refer to him as Otacon.
Okay.
Otacon. Otacon.
Is that from one of his Japanese animes?
Well, he then tells you it's like otaku convention. It's for someone who likes Japanimation like me.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I will be referring to him as from now on is
What is
Otacon.
otaku? What
Oh,
is
you
that?
don't know what an otaku is?
No.
An otaku is just kind of like a weeb.
Ah, I see.
So otaku basically it's the same thing.
You know what?
Weeb, otaku, same thing.
I'll give him this. He's self-aware.
Yeah. And then convention, like a weeb convention, like a
Yeah.
big anime expo.
Yeah.
So otaku convention, think that. So
He's
he tells you to call him Otacon.
yeah, he's proud to be who he is.
Yeah.
He's proud to be the man who created
Honestly,
Metal Gear Rex.
I love Otacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But basically, Snake's like, okay, I found Otacon. I figured out what I need to know about Metal Gear. I'm going to keep moving on. He goes to find Meryl. He meets up with Meryl, and then realizes she only has one of the three key cards. Remember,
Oh.
Baker told Snake that she had three.
She had three.
She only has one.
Ooh. Ooh.
Weird, weird, right?
Ooh.
She's like, I don't know what you're talking
I,
about. This is the only one he gave me.
somebody's lying.
Somebody's lying, dude.
Okay.
Um, so her and yeah, Snake and Meryl, they move on and they're like, okay, let's head out, let's keep going. And then Meryl starts acting weird. She like starts coming on to Snake, but not like in a flirty way, like in a really weird way. She's like, Snake, I know you want me, Snake.
Ooh.
Make love to me, Snake.
Whoa. What is
And
this?
like her voice sounds weird. It's like it's got like a weird effect on it. She
So like
it's
a
weird.
robotic effect?
Kinda, yeah. It's
Ooh.
weird. It's like Meryl.
And it's coming like she in the flesh, in the person, and that's what her voice sounds like.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
And then
Meryl.
when all of a sudden, from behind her, Snake sees Psycho Mantis.
Oh, was he controlling her voice?
Psycho Mantis is controlling Meryl right now. He's basically
Uh,
controlling her, making her act all weird and shit. Um,
he looks like he looks like Bayonetta mixed with Bane.
That is a really weird comparison, but I mean, I guess I can kind of see it.
Yeah. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Kinda, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the Bane from like the gas mask and stuff.
It's just because of the color scheme and like the um I don't know. For some reason it's like the shape. It just reminds me of Bayonetta.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It really is.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the validation.
I'm here for you.
Okay, good.
But boss battle ensues.
Yeah, boss battle ensues.
Um,
Beat his ass,
I
right?
will say I have to mention some of the mechanics of this boss battle, or I will be crucified by the Metal Gear community.
Ooh, okay.
This boss fight will live in infamy as one of the most famous boss fights in all of video gaming history.
Famous or infamous?
Famous.
Okay.
Um, it is actually insane. So Psycho Mantis he's a telepathic. Like he can read your mind, he can control people, right?
Yeah.
Basically, he's like, Snake, I can read your mind. And he's like, here, I'll show you. And then what he does in game is he'll read your fucking memory card, like of your
What?
PlayStation 1. He'll read your memory card and tell you what games you like.
What?
Yeah. So if you have played other Konami games, like if you played Castlevania, like on that PlayStation, he'll be like, I see you like Castlevania, don't you?
Dude, that's awesome.
And like he'll basically like critique the way you've been playing the game. So if you've been saving a lot throughout the game, he'll go, oh, you're a careful man. Saving a lot, I see. And like if you
Wow.
kill a lot of guards and like don't take your time and you're not sneaking around and you don't save it all, he goes, you're a very reckless man, aren't you?
That's aw, dude, that's so cool.
He'll read your mind. He'll read your mind.
That's yeah.
And then he says, I can also make your controller move with just my mind. And he says, put your controller on the ground. And if you put your controller on the ground, they use the DualShock vibration and they like vibrate it hard enough that the controller starts moving on the ground.
That's sick.
Yeah, dude, it's cool,
What?
right?
That's so dude, that's so unique. I like that.
And then in the boss battle, you can't hit him because he can read where your bullets are gonna go. He can like sense it. So like
Mm.
when you shoot at him, it won't hit. And then the screen will flash and it'll go fuzzy and like all of the visuals will go out and you don't know what's going on. And you're like, what the hell? Basically, the way to get around this. You ready for this? This is why this boss fight is infamous. You have to take because this is back before they had wireless controllers.
Okay.
Your controller was plugged into the console.
Yeah.
You have to take your controller port and move it from 1 to 2.
To be what, second player?
Yes, because he
Oh.
can't read that slot. He can only read your current controller slot. So you have to
Oh.
move your controller over to port 2,
Dude,
and then he can't read your mind. He can't read your abilities, like what you're doing anymore.
that's insane.
So then you can actually hit him.
That's awesome. How did people have to figure this out?
Yeah. I mean, there's context clues throughout the game. Like, I think that it is possible to figure out that that's what you need to do, but if you can't figure it out and like if you're not picking up on all the context clues, if you call Colonel Campbell, he'll tell you like, "Hey,
Okay. So they
think of
kind of they have like
maybe."
a fail safe.
Yeah. So basically, it is possible. I personally think it's possible to figure it all out for yourself, but if you can't, you can call Campbell and he'll be like, "Maybe you should move your controller over to port 2."
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. That
It is literally this boss fight is
yeah.
infamous as like one of the most insane boss fights of all time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's sweet.
It's just another one of the reasons that this game was so famous.
Yeah, very I mean, the fact that like I mean, is this even like the main boss? It's not, is it?
No, this is just one of the or
Yeah.
one of the rogue foxhounders.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um,
And do you kill
you
Psychomantis?
do kill Psycho Mantis, and when he
Yay.
dies, you basically take off his mask, and he tells you his cool fucking backstory.
Okay. So
Um,
he's not somebody we've already seen. He's a new guy.
yeah, no, he's a new guy.
Yeah.
But basically, he tells you that he's had the ability to read people's minds and that his mother died giving birth to him.
Mm.
So the first person's mind that he ever
That
read
sucks.
was his father's, and his father hated him because his mother died in childbirth.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so he grew up in just complete resentment,
Damn.
and he basically burned his village down to the ground.
So he was born with telepathic ability.
Yeah,
Okay.
weird, right? I
Okay.
wonder how that'll get explained later on.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, me too. Dude, this game, I will say, if anybody's got a mask, I'm ready for a reveal every time.
The reason Psycho Mantis wears the mask though is it helps him filter out random people's thoughts
That's cool.
because he can just read people's thoughts all the time,
That's a cool
and
thematic
he
explanation.
hates that.
Yeah.
So he wears the mask that way he can't hear everyone all the time.
Yeah.
Um, but basically he's like, Snake, can you put my mask back on? I want to die in peace, in silence.
Damn,
And then he
dude.
opens the door so Snake can continue on with Meryl.
And that's tragic.
Psycho Mantis is the shit, dude. I love Psycho Mantis.
Like he has an amazing boss fight, and then he reveals at the end that, he had some maybe not, maybe he shouldn't have done the shit he did, but
Yeah.
you can feel for
I
him a
mean,
little bit.
he has a tragic ass backstory.
And we don't even know if he actually and we do know he did not mind control the president or chief,
He
allegedly.
I mean, the president of Arms Tech said he wouldn't have been able to.
Mm-hmm. So Psycho
But then
Mantis might be
how did the DARPA chief get his mind read? Because that's what he said.
exactly.
He said that Psycho Mantis read his mind.
Exactly.
But then Kenneth Baker said that Psycho Mantis couldn't have read their minds.
I have a feeling Psycho Mantis got a bunch of shit put on him because they're like, oh, just throw all the shit on the mind reader, He's an easy out. Turns out Psycho Mantis was a good guy.
He was not a good guy.
Okay.
He is not a good guy, but we do love him.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, man. I just started to feel for him.
It's okay.
I'm kind of feeling for a lot of these guys. Kyle
Honestly,
Schneider, Psycho
that is
Mantis.
a theme of the series. You're gonna feel for a lot of these villains.
Yeah.
Anyway, Snake and Meryl continue on until they get to a corridor.
Oh, so Meryl's fine.
Yeah, she was just being controlled. She wasn't like
Okay, that's good.
injured or anything.
Okay.
Um,
Psycho
they,
Mantis, what a good guy.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, they continue on, and then Meryl is shot by
Oh,
a sniper.
Sniper Wolf.
It is Sniper Wolf.
Yep.
I was literally about to say Meryl shot by Sniper Wolf, but then I was like, oh, I said that incorrectly. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Sniper Wolf shoots Meryl in both legs and one of the arms,
Wow.
completely incapacitating her.
So he's purposely not trying to kill her.
I guess I haven't shown you what Sniper Wolf looks like yet,
Okay.
but now I will. It's not a he. Sniper Wolf is a woman.
Okay. So
Um,
she is purposely trying to incapacitate.
yeah, she just incapacitates Meryl. She doesn't kill her.
Got it.
But the problem is that Snake doesn't have a sniper.
So he
Has
has
to
to.
leave Meryl there
Okay.
and go back to find a
He's got
sniper.
to go to his roots, baby.
And he goes back to the beginning of the game
Oh,
to find a
wait.
sniper.
Wait.
One of my biggest problems with this game is the amount of backtracking you have to do.
Oh, you have to like. So wait, you have to go to where you started?
Not to the very beginning, but you have to go to like one of the earlier
And you're
areas.
not like teleporting there. You actually have to
You
go.
have to go there.
Oh, yeah, that does suck.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with this game is some of the backtracking, and
Okay.
this is not the worst case. Anyways,
So he leaves her there to potentially get shot more.
well, I mean, like he calls Campbell and he's like, Campbell, Merle's been shot. And Campbell's like, well, you don't have a sniper. You can't shoot back. And it's like a small corridor. Like there's
Uh,
no way Snake can get through it without being shot by Sniper Wolf.
okay.
And he's like, you need to go back and find a sniper. Like you have to. There's nothing you can do about this.
Yeah.
And he's like, but Colonel, Meryl.
Meryl.
And Campbell's like, Snake, this is what Meryl would have wanted. Go get a sniper and save my niece.
Oh, so he got the blessing.
Yeah. So Snake goes back. He finds a sniper, and then he comes back, and boss battle ensues. You fight Sniper Wolf.
Nice.
Um, once you kill her, assumedly. Um,
Every time it's
and
assumingly.
then Meryl's body's gone at this point. I should say that
Oh, so
Meryl's
she
body's gone.
disappeared?
There's just the blood stains from where she was.
Mm.
So Snake walks down the corridor now that Sniper Wolf is gone and he's not being shot at anymore. And he gets to the end and he's like, "Where is she? Where's her body?" And then he's ambushed by
Oh.
Sniper Wolf and a couple of guards,
Oh, okay.
and they hold him up and they're like,
Because I'm
"Yeah,
guessing you as Snake do like a sniper shot, assuming Sniper Wolf dies. And then when you go up there, you find just blood. Is that what you said?
yeah."
Yeah, okay. That would make sense because if you're doing like a long shot, you don't
Yeah,
necessarily
I mean it's literally a
see.
long ass corridor. Like it's a long
Yeah.
slender corridor.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Um it's honestly the sniper mechanics of this game since it's PlayStation 1, it's nothing compared to like games we have now.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty infuriating, but I think it has charm to it, me personally.
Okay.
There's a charm to it. It's annoying, but I think it's fun.
Yeah.
But basically like they hold Snake up at gunpoint and knock him out. And Snake is starting to like this is a little bit later. We don't know how much time has elapsed, but it's a little bit later. Snake is starting to come to, and he hears voices going in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Basically, the voices he hears is a British one. He hears a British voice.
Mm,
He
the
hears
therapist.
he hears Ocelot's voice, and he hears
Oh,
Sniper Wolf's voice.
okay.
Um,
Because Ocelot just ran away after his arm
yeah,
got cut off,
Ocelot's not
right?
dead.
Yeah.
The British voice says, "I want him alive. No more accidents like the DARPA chief."
Ah. Yep. Yep. The remote control to death.
The British one then says, "It's finally good to meet you, to the man that stole my birthright."
Whoa.
Yeah, and
What does that mean?
yeah, what does that mean? He also then says, "The brother of light and the brother of dark."
Solid and liquid.
Um,
Yeah.
he also then mentions that they need Big Boss's DNA to correct the genome soldier's mutations.
Oh, because they do this, so they know that Snake is Big Boss's son.
I mean,
Wait, is this when that gets revealed?
no. So later on, Snake just kind of mentions that Big Boss told him he's his son
He just mentions it
to Naomi when they're like having a codec conversation.
later?
Yeah,
Oh, so this isn't Naomi.
yes, it's not Naomi. It is a male British voice.
Okay.
Um, but then you're literally about to find out who it is.
Okay.
It's like Snake he comes to and the camera pans down and it is Liquid Snake.
So Snake has a British alter ego.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Liquid basically goes, "Hello, dear brother." He's like this
Ooh,
super campy British villain. It's beautiful. I
got that
love Liquid
James
Snake.
Bond vibe.
He's like, "Brother, we are the last surviving sons of Big Boss."
Nice.
I'm not going to do that for the entire time because I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Um, but basically, Liquid tells them that they need to find out what killed Baker and Octopus. He like says that he's like, "What? We need to find out what killed
Oh,
Baker
right,
and
because he said
Octopus."
their genes got fucked up or something.
Yes, and
Okay.
he's like, "I'll see you later, brother," and then leaves.
In is Snake tied up?
Snake is tied up to like a big piece of machinery in like a torture room.
Ooh.
Also, he says we need to find out what killed Baker and Octopus. He's talking about Decoy Octopus.
Yeah.
Remember him? He was one of the other Foxhound members.
Yes, I do remember that.
He's dead.
Um,
What killed Baker and Octopus?
Baker and Octopus were the Foxhound members of in
Baker was the Arms Tech president.
yeah, yeah, and Decoy Octopus was in the which game? What, the last game?
No, this one.
He was in this one?
He was one of the rogue Foxhound members. It was Decoy Octopus, Vulcan Raven.
Okay, yeah, that's what I originally thought. I just got confused
Yeah.
as we kept saying it, but yeah,
No,
okay.
you're good. But Octopus was one of the members in this game, but he's dead.
Okay.
They need to know what killed Baker and Octopus.
Because of the genes. That's what I
Assumedly.
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 Got it. Okay.
Um after Liquid leaves, it's just Snake and Ocelot in the room.
Yeah.
Ocelot tortures the fuck out of Snake.
Ooh. In game. It's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, you have to basically it's like a quick time event. You have to mash the square button. And like
Uh
every round, it gets faster and you have to mash it harder and like it gets longer too. It's
okay.
pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's also cool because so back then there was like Ocelot's basically like, don't even try to think about using your turbo button or I'll know. Because on some controllers there was
Oh.
like a turbo setting where you could like turn turbo on
And
and
with
then
quick mash?
yeah, it would quick mash for you.
Ooh.
Um,
Ooh.
and he's like, don't even try to think about using turbo or I'll know. And basically if you use turbo, you game over.
That's sweet. Okay.
Um, and then he also if you lose this torture, you die. Like it's game over.
So you have to keep restarting.
Yeah, but you don't go back to your last save. The game quits. Like you literally die. Like you have to start. You have to like the game closes.
The whole story?
No, because you start from your last save point. But the thing is that this game doesn't have autosaves. So it's when you last save.
Oh,
It's not
wow.
like you start at a checkpoint. Because like
So,
if you die in game, you'll start at your last checkpoint, like in the last area you were
oh
in.
man.
But if you die in this section, it's like the game turns off. Like it goes back to the main screen. So you have to reload your last save file. And for someone who's not saving very often, that could
Mm.
put you back at like the Psycho Manus fight, which is like an hour of gameplay.
Dude, I was gonna say the first time that happens to you, you could be, yeah, you
Yeah,
could
because
literally
I
be
mean, you don't,
set back so bad.
yeah, 100%.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome.
He also tells you that you can bow out, you can give in to the torture.
Wow.
Yeah,
What happens then?
Meryl dies.
What?
And it actually happens in game. They will literally kill Meryl if you give in to the
Does
torture.
this change like the
It
ending?
changes the ending, yes.
Dude,
So if you give in to the torture, Meryl dies.
this game sounds so ahead of its time.
It is literally leagues ahead of its time.
Okay, because that's sick.
And MGS2 is 100% more ahead of its time than this game was.
Wow. Okay.
These games are like infamous, not infamous, they're famous for reasons. Like
Yeah.
they're insane.
Yeah.
But
I
basically,
I I get what you meant.
for
Well,
1998, this is before the year 2000.
that's what I'm saying. Like this is insane. What when you played, what did you do?
Um, I I didn't want to let Meryl die, so I made sure she survived.
Yeah, did you get like set back at all? Or were you already kind of prepared, I'm guessing?
No, I mean, me personally, I'm pretty used. I like quick time events. I know a lot of people don't like quick time events in video games, but I do.
Yeah.
So sue me. And I like mashing buttons. So
Okay.
I'm pretty good at it. I will say the torture scenes in later games are way harder.
Okay.
The one in Peace Walker is absolutely brutal. Like I literally couldn't do it. I had to quit the game when I was younger because I just couldn't beat that scene.
Man, did you have to like come back?
Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks.
I had to do it for my brother too. Like my
Yeah.
brother couldn't beat that scene either, so I had to do it for him.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that's awesome though.
yeah.
So,
I
okay, are you gonna walk me through which ending are you gonna walk me through?
the canon one.
The canon one. And
One
that's saving Meryl, I'm guessing?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Ooh, okay, I like that. All right, keep going.
But yeah, there's a canon ending and there's a non-canon ending.
I
I will
see.
say this is also the only Metal Gear where you get optional endings.
So you know which one is canon based on the next games, I'm
Yes.
guessing.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
But after Ocelot is done like while he's torturing Snake, he also reveals that they have friends in the Spetsnaz in Russia.
Is that like their
Yeah, like they're so
secret ops kind of?
well, I don't actually know what the Spetsnaz are. I know they're like a black ops group in Russia. I don't know how important they are in the military, like
Oh,
in
are
the
they
real world.
real?
Yes.
IRL?
Yes.
Okay,
But the Spetsnaz, they're in cahoots with the Spetsnaz in Russia,
nice.
which is
Okay.
why they have the Russian Hind D
So the
because they're getting backup from the Russians.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Interesting. It's always man, it's always the Russians.
There's so much in this game, right?
Yeah, there
I already
is.
told you we're like halfway through.
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait a second.
Um, Basically, Ocelot's like, yeah, we got friends in the Russians, and I actually used to be part of the Russian GRU, which is GRU. It's like a military group in Russia. He's like, I
Mhm.
used to be part of the Russian group before I defected.
Okay.
Snake survives the torture and is dragged to a prisoner cell, um, where he sees the body of the DARPA chief, which is Donald Anderson, the first guy who died of a heart attack.
Yep.
But it's weird because this body in a cell is like matte decomposed,
As if it's been dead forever.
as if it's been
Or
dead for at least a
for a
week.
while.
For at
Okay.
least a week.
Okay.
And Snake's like, his body is so decomposed. Like it's been like at least a week since he died, but he only died a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
So that's weird, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Anyways, moving on. Okay.
Um, Snake's in the prisoner cell and he calls the colonel over codec, but he's I should mention the codec is not like a radio system in this game. The codec is basically like implant in his ear, where if he just has to put his hand up to his ear, so it's like they
Mm,
wouldn't be able to know.
okay.
So it kind of fixes the issue of the last game, where like you still have a radio equipped when you're
In the
in.
jail,
Yeah,
yeah. Now, quick question. Why did he torture? What was he trying to get out of Snake again?
he wanted to get out of Snake, where like how the pass keys work.
Oh, he doesn't
No,
know.
they don't know how the pass keys work. They say we know there's some kind of trick to it.
And the person that told him about the pass keys was the chief, right? Or
It was
the
Baker.
president, right?
Yeah,
President
president of
Baker.
Arms Tech. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Whom also wait, he died by Cyber Ninja?
No, he died of a heart attack
He
too.
also died of a heart
Yeah.
attack? Okay, that's what I couldn't remember. Okay, got it. Got it. I'm following.
Okay. So Snake calls the colonel, and the colonel's like, "I don't know how to help you. I can't get you out of there." And Snake's like, "You know more than you're letting on." He's like, "Colonel, what aren't you telling me?" And Colonel kind of goes silent, and he
Ooh.
just kind of is like, "I'm sorry, Snake. You need to get out of there. Continue the mission." Um,
Over the Kodak.
yeah, over the codec.
Ah,
Anyways, Snake calls Otacon, and he's like, "Otacon, I need your help." Otacon's like, I'll come down there and I'll see what I can do for you."
okay.
So basically, when a guard is like the guard's on patrol route, they walk away and Otacon comes in. He has stealth camo, so basically he can go invisible.
Nice.
Otacon comes to you and he's like, "Hey man, I can't actually help you too much. I don't know how to get you out of here, but here you go." And he gives you like some food. He's like, "I just thought maybe you'd be hungry by this point." And
Bro just shows up with a meal.
he gives you a ration and a bottle of ketchup.
Okay.
And you know how Snake gets out of this guard cell?
No way.
He lies down and he sprays the ketchup underneath him, making it look like there's a pool of blood underneath him. And then the guard comes in and he's like, "Hey, what the hell happened?" Because you look like you're bleeding. And then Snake gets up and beats his ass.
Dude, that's awesome.
There's actually, I should mention, there's a couple ways you can get out of this cell. Like one of them is if you hide underneath the bed. Like when the guard turns around and walks away, if you get under the bed, by the time the guard, or while he's still walked away, by the time he comes back, he'd be like, "What the hell? Where'd he go?"
Yeah.
And he'll come in to look for you,
Yeah.
and then you can beat his ass and get out. Also, if you take too long, you get tortured by Ocelot again. Like if you don't figure out how to
What
get,
if you stay in the cell too
yeah,
long?
if you stay in the cell too long, they'll keep having Ocelot torture you.
And you have to keep and it's the mashing again?
Yes, and it will
Ooh.
continue to happen until you figure out how to get out of the cell.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of like meta, like there's literally multiple ways to get out, and the game doesn't tell you. You have to figure the shit out on your own.
Okay.
It's
That's cool.
awesome. It's
Yeah.
so good. Anyways, Otacon also tells you like when he brings that's the one that I'm going with. That's our exposition seat canon is that Ocelot brings you the ketchup bottle and you use it to fake the guard out.
Yeah. Okay.
But when Ocelot brings you the ketchup, he also tells you that he's starting to fall in love with Sniper Wolf.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Sniper,
Wait. Sniper Wolf.
yeah.
Interesting.
Ocelot's like, "I really like her. She's really nice. She's not like the other Foxhound members. She's really
Oh,
nice."
Ocelot says that?
Or no, Otacon, sorry.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant.
Otacon's like, "Yeah, I'm starting to fall." Like he's like, She's really a good person, Snake. Don't hurt her too much, okay?" And Snake's like, "I can't make any promises."
Wait, why is he falling in love with her?
Because I mean, Otacon, I mean, he's a weeb
Hmm.
and he's like really nerdy and skinny and just kind of we'll learn a little bit more about Otacon's troubled relationship past, but just assume he has like
He's down bad.
he has issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it's I think it's kind of like a Stockholm syndrome thing.
I see.
I we love Otacon. We feel bad for
We feel
Otacon.
bad for Otacon. I was about to
We
say we
feel
feel
bad for
bad for
Otacon.
Otacon. Yeah.
Yeah.
He really fucked up.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So far.
Um, but once Snake is able to get out, um, he gets a call, or like he calls Campbell and Naomi, and they just kind of have a conversation. And in this conversation, Naomi mentions that her grandfather was in the FBI in the 50s,
Okay.
and that he was Japanese.
Okay.
Master Miller, do you remember him?
Trainer.
He was listening in on this conversation, and he's kind of weirded out. He's like, a Japanese person in the military in the 50s?
Oh, so he's like
He's like, they were mad racist back then. Why would they let a Japanese man into the military?
post World War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the 50s?
Yeah.
That's weird. So Master Miller's a little bit sussed out by Naomi's backstory.
Okay.
Continuing on.
Okay.
Basically, Snake gets out and he's moving, like he continues to move on, and he goes up an elevator where Otacon is like helping him out, and like they're just moving on, continuing the game.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of game stuff that happens in this time that I mean, it's just not really worth talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, it's all good, but it's just
It doesn't
we're
it
already 2.5 hours in, so let's just keep
yeah,
moving.
it's not gonna be the story, it's gonna be the
Yeah,
game.
it's just gameplay.
Yeah.
But Otacon, basically, this is probably one of the most famous quotes of the entire series. And Otacon says it because he's like talking about Sniper Wolf.
Okay.
And he's like, Snake, do you think that love can bloom even on a battlefield? And Snake is
Damn.
like, yeah, yeah, I do.
You know what Snake reminds me of?
If you say John Wick,
It's
it's
John,
over.
it's John Wick, bro. His
Yeah.
dialogue reminds me of John Wick
Snake
so
actually,
much.
so I will say, there's a lot of, especially like in this first game, in two, I divulged a little bit more.
Okay.
But these games have a lot of introspective moments. Like they're
Yeah.
not like
Well,
on the outside they look like your classic just like military action games. But they're like long ass codec calls about like the nature of man and why do we always fall into war and like
wow. Okay.
is peace ever even attainable and like
Well, that makes sense because the narrative so far has been a lot of perspective on war and
these games are very anti-war.
yeah.
Like when you play these games, you do not get a pro-war like you're playing a war. Like you're playing out war scenarios, but these games are extremely anti-war.
Yeah.
Like they're like war is awful and the effects of war are awful.
You're right.
And you get to see that through these characters who are living through these situations.
Yep. And I mean, when you said like with Cyber Ninja and his backstory and like the fact that the game includes things like that, even though it's a character that's literally about to die, that shows you how much they care about either, the story or your perspective on the game or your perspective on, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, these I literally cannot go into everything because we would be here for hours and we're only on Metal Gear Solid 1.
Right.
But like in 2 it's going to get a lot more. I definitely left some of that stuff in for Metal Gear Solid 2 because it is just mind-blowing that game came out in 2001
Yeah. Okay.
and it was so advanced and ahead of its time.
When did it come out in 2001? Was it like,
I think it was like October. I can't remember specifically.
damn, post 9/11?
Yeah.
Yeah? You giving me
Yeah,
a face.
we'll wait. We'll wait.
Okay.
We'll wait till we
Okay.
get there.
Okay.
Okay, but basically Snake continues on until he gets to the rooftop and then he is attacked by Liquid in the Hind-D that he saw earlier.
Mm.
The Russian gunship.
Yep.
Snake takes it down. That's a boss battle, but he continues on.
Only against the ship, not Liquid.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, it's kind of like he destroys the helicopter and it goes down on fire and Snake goes, I don't have the quote written down, so if I get it wrong, don't crucify me, but he's like, "I'll save money on the funeral."
Okay.
Or he's like, "Oh, I already paid for the cremation." Or
Nice.
something like cool action
So
hero
we
shit.
think he's dead.
Yeah. Snake thinks Liquid is dead now. I'm just gonna tell you right now, Liquid's not dead.
Yeah, I assumed. I assumed.
Anyways, it's a rematch with Sniper Wolf time.
Okay.
Snake continues on until he gets into this like it's such a cool battle arena, dude. It's like it's night at this point. Or the whole game's at night, but like you're like out in the open. So it's not
Yeah.
like you're inside. You're out and you can see like the moon. You can see like the moon and like there's trees and it's all covered in snow because it's in Alaska and there's like fog and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have a sniper battle with Sniper Wolf in this setting. And
Kurt
there's like
Russell in Alaska
yeah, and there's like wolves everywhere. So you can
reminds me.
hear like wolves like out in the distance and it's such I know everyone listening at home. I know that the PSG-1 sniper has some janky mechanics, but this is my favorite boss fight in the game.
Against
The rematch against Sniper
rematch
Wolf.
Sniper Wolf? Really?
I love the aesthetic of this fight.
Dang, dude.
I love this boss
I'm
battle.
surprised only because the other boss fights you explained to me sounded so epic.
All of the boss fights in this game, with the exception of like two of them, are epic as fuck.
Okay, that's sweet.
Like I said, this series is known for its boss fights.
Yeah,
They're amazing.
yeah.
Um,
So far, I agree.
but basically, you rematch Sniper Wolf and you beat her. She tells you her cool fucking backstory.
Before she dies?
Yeah, before she dies.
Okay.
But basically, she was a orphan of war. Like
Oh.
her entire village was murdered when she was a child, and she was rescued by Big Boss. Big Boss rescued her and took her in and trained her up.
Yeah.
So now we
He
know
was her
we
mentor.
have confirmation that those children that were in Zanzibar land were child soldiers.
Yeah. Dang, dude.
Big Boss was using child soldiers. Like that's bad.
Yeah, it's adding to his infamy.
Yeah. But basically, she was an orphan of war, and Big Boss rescued her, and then she became the sniper she is today. And I will tell you right now, dude, this cutscene where she's like telling you her backstory while she's dying, and the music that's in the background, I know they're pixels. I know like they're blocky pixel abominations
Is it
from the
moving?
PlayStation. Dude, I remember the first time I played this game. I know I was younger, but like I fucking bawled at this.
Oh,
It's
dude.
so sad, dude.
Yeah.
Even now, it's so sad.
That says a lot
It's
for a game
literally
for a
so sad.
game to be able to do that, to be able to make you feel the story that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Basically, Otacon runs out and he's like breaking down because Snake just killed
Oh
Sniper
my
Wolf.
god, the man Otacon is there?
Yeah, he like uncloaks because he was invisible. And he's like,
Oh,
"No, Sniper Wolf." He's like, "I loved you, Wolf." And basically she ignores him.
she
And she's like, hand me my sniper." And like basically she points at her sniper. Otacon runs over there, grabs her sniper, and brings it to her, and like she curls up with it and like she hugs it. She's like, "It's a part of me and I need to be with it as I go."
wow.
And then she looks at Snake and she goes, "Snake, you need to kill me now. Give me an honorable warrior's death. Don't leave me to die here in the snow." And then Snake puts a bullet in her head.
Dude. You know what's so interesting about these gray fox um I don't know, what would I call them?
Honorable,
Soldiers.
like warriors.
It's all honorable deaths. It's almost like they don't even want to be doing what they're doing.
I think for me more so, it's not that they don't want to be doing what they're doing. It's that that's all they know how to do.
Yeah, that's
All they
true.
know how to do is war. They don't know how to live real lives. So when their time is up and they lose their battle, they're like, "Okay, we'll make sure I go out in a good way."
Yeah, because that's literally what you said about Gray Fox. He literally said that.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is all I know," and then her being a child that
Like she was literally raised
to
as a child soldier.
to be a soldier.
Like that's her
Yeah.
entire life has been a soldier.
Wow.
Sniper Wolf is one of my favorite Foxhound members, and I know that's a hot take, but like I love Sniper Wolf. She's just
Yeah.
her death makes me cry, and her backstory's sad, and
Yeah.
I just love all of
Dude,
it.
that is sad.
I love all of it. Anyways, continuing on,
Continuing on.
Snake heads into the basement hangar where he finds he doesn't find it yet, but he's going to find Metal Gear Rex because now he's like, okay, I need to destroy Metal Gear Rex because it's operational. Like they have both the passwords, and now I don't even have the pass key. Like I don't even have the
He
key
only has
card to
one,
stop it.
right?
Well, no, because they took it from him. Remember when they
Oh,
tortured him?
yeah, when they tortured him.
Yeah. So he's like, I need to go
He's
fucking.
shit out of luck.
He's like, I need to figure out what the fuck is going on and go take care of this.
Okay.
So he's going to find Metal Gear Rex. He then gets a call from Master Miller. Master Miller's like, Snake, um, can you go offline? And basically, Snake like turns the kernel off and turns so no one else can listen.
Dude, is he about to talk about Naomi?
And Miller is like, "Hey, I was checking out Naomi's background, and
Hmm.
it's all a bunch of lies. She doesn't have any family, or like, she doesn't.
Like
She
there's no recorded history
there's no
essentially?
recorded of a Japanese soldier in the military in the 50s or in the FBI."
Okay.
And Snake's like, "Oh, that's weird." And
It's
then
like, oh.
Master Miller's like, "All right, I'll keep looking into it, but I just wanted to let you know."
Oh, so they just throw that at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then Snake continues on, and then when he gets down, he gets into like this freezer room. It's like think about like a meat freezer,
Yeah.
but there's no like meat. They're like boxes of ammo and stuff. Where he finds Vulcan Raven.
In the freezer.
Yeah,
Dude's chilling in a freezer.
yes, he's chilling in a freezer.
Nice.
This dude is massive. If
Okay.
Snake is 6 foot, this dude's 8.
Wow.
This I
He
don't.
looks massive.
He
What
is.
is on his back?
It's a ginormous tank filled with bullets for his machine gun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is ginormous.
He has to have insane strength.
I
He
will
looks like he
say
does. I'm
he
not
is
gonna
my
lie.
least favorite Foxhound member. Actually, no, Decoy Octopus is my least favorite, but he's second least. I just his personality is just not that cool to me. I mean, I like him, but like it's
What
whatever.
is he just like buff dude persona?
No, he's a shaman, so he's very like I don't want to say stereotypical Native American, but like kind of like that mystic Native American vibe.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, okay.
Where it's like he's very cryptic and he's got like this stoic voice. He's like snake, ravens eat snakes for breakfast or some
Oh,
shit like that.
okay, okay.
Like he's all right. He's a good boss fight though. He is one of the best boss fights in the game in my opinion because he will shoot like if he sees you, you're pretty much gonna die.
Dude, you've said some praise for almost all these boss fights.
I mean, he like literally his Gatling gun will tear you to shreds. Like so,
Yeah.
it's like a stealth boss fight. You have to sneak around these boxes and like hit him when he's not looking. It's
Nice.
tense. I really like this boss fight.
Yeah.
But him as a character, he's all right. Anyways, Snake kills him, and then he moves on. Uh, I forget. I think. Oh yeah, yeah. What? Before he dies, he tells you that the DARPA chief. Remember the first guy who died of a heart attack?
Yep.
That wasn't the DARPA chief.
Okay, right, because he found the decomposed
That
body.
was Decoy Octopus.
Decoy octopus.
Octopus is a master of disguise.
Mm.
Octopus is a master of disguise, and he,
So the alleged dead decoy octopus was actually disguising himself.
yeah,
Wait,
because
does that mean he still died though?
remember when Liquid Snake said we don't want any more accidents like the DARPA chief, and Ocelot's like, yeah, I won't go so hard this time. Ocelot killed the DARPA chief during torture because remember, Psycho Manus couldn't actually read their minds,
Yeah.
so
And they
they
had
had
to
to torture
torture
it
it
out of
out.
him. But Ocelot killed him.
So that's why decoy octopus had to do that.
Decoy Octopus took his place and then told Snake that
So
he gave up his password so Snake would give him any information he knew.
so then what killed decoy
What
octopus?
killed Octopus and
And
Baker because
Baker.
they both died of heart attacks.
Mm,
And
Naomi.
your thought was that they were using like a kill switch.
Yeah. Yep.
But the thing is that Decoy Octopus is part of Foxhound.
Yep.
So if even like he's not part of the military, why would he have this kill switch in him?
It's gotta be the damn therapist.
You think it's Naomi?
I think it is because she's connected to everybody.
Speaking of Naomi, after killing Vulcan Raven, Snake gets another call from Master Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And he does some more digging. He says, Snake, the Naomi Hunter we've been talking to is not the real Naomi Hunter.
Ooh.
The real Naomi Hunter vanished in the Middle East.
Oh.
So who is this that's been on our mission the whole time? And he's like, I think we need to get the colonel involved. So basically, they call the colonel and they're like, is Naomi there? And he's like, no, she's taking a nap. And,
Taking a nap.
well, I mean, this is like a long mission. And they're like in headquarters. So it's assumed that like she's probably like taking a slump on the couch or something. You know?
Dude.
Anyways,
Bro's taking a nap mid-mission.
they tell the colonel all of this, and the colonel's like, if she's a spy, that's really bad.
Yeah.
And they're like, does she know something that we don't? And the colonel goes silent.
Ooh.
And he's like, just give me more time.
He fucked up.
Just give me more time.
He fucked up.
And Snake's like, Colonel, what are you not telling me?
Colonel.
And that's how he sounds. Dude.
Yeah.
And the colonel's like, Snake, just give me more time. And then he hangs up.
Damn, dude. So he doesn't want to say his mistake yet because he wants to fix it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Well, okay. So after that, Snake, he keeps moving on. And then he eventually comes to the underground hangar where he finds Metal Gear Rex.
The Rex itself.
This ginormous bipedal fucking nuclear equipped tank.
The biggest one.
It is huge.
It
It is
looks,
literally,
yeah.
if you can see from that picture, those are people.
Yep. And that's,
You're literally like smaller than its foot.
yeah.
It's ginormous. And its head is shaped like a T Rex.
I mean, if it has a nuke on it, that's fair. Dude, it does look pretty cool though. I can't lie.
Rex is my favorite Metal Gear in the series.
It's a good design.
I love Rex. So yeah, he sees Rex, and
And he
he's
still has no key cards.
no
He
key
knows nothing
cards,
about Naomi yet.
nothing about Naomi. The
Colonel Rex is just he's giving him nothing. He's giving him no info. And and we still don't know where the niece is at. What's her name again? M?
Meryl,
Meryl.
yeah, because she got kidnapped after Sniper Wolf shot her.
Dude, Snake is shit out of luck.
Snake is just fucked right now, dude. Snake hates his life. Snake, he like there's so they're in this big ass hangar room, and there's like think about like a sports arena. There's like that box where like all the rich people sit.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like one of those.
Yeah.
So he starts heading up there because he's assuming that's like the control deck.
Okay.
And when he gets up there,
So Rex is not moving right now. It's
no,
just sitting there.
Rex is just sitting there.
Okay.
It almost looks like it's still deactivated.
Okay.
And he climbs to the top where he overhears Ocelot and Liquid talking in this room.
Mm.
Liquid uh, is telling Ocelot that they're updating their demands. They now want $1 billion, the body of Big Boss, and also the vaccine for Fox Die.
Okay, so what? So they threw a whole big wrench in this.
They we don't know what Fox Die is,
We don't
but
know what Fox Die
Liquid is
is.
like we need the vaccine for
Hold
Fox
on.
Die.
Let me throw a theory out there. Okay.
Tell me your theory, brother.
Fox Die. I'm thinking Fox Die is is the it's okay, hold on. How's a good way to say it? It's the okay, because they're all like quote unquote super soldiers, right?
Yeah.
Because they had their genes changed. I think Fox Die is the repercussion that's coming with this change that they didn't foresee, and now they're all like, "Fuck, those two died of a heart attack. Now we're fucking next. We gotta get a cure." I think that's what's going on.
That's a good theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fox Die.
Okay. Well,
That's what I'm thinking.
they uh they also name drop Colonel Gurlukovich. They don't really give you too much information.
Wait, that means that the other dude was also altered. The
What?
president of Arms Tech?
President of Armstead and Decoy Octopus
If
both
my
died of heart
if
attacks.
my theory is correct, it means president of Arms Tech has been bad also the whole time.
That's the theory.
Oh man, what's going on? What's going on?
Okay, well, I will say they name drop a Colonel Gurlukovich. They don't give you too much information, but I need to put his name in here because in the sequel he is more important.
Okay.
But they do name drop a Colonel Gurlukovich and say that like he wants to buy Metal Gear Rex off of them.
Okay. So he wants a war machine for himself.
Okay. Basically, Liquid's like Fox Die. It's a Fox Die virus is what killed Kenneth Baker and Decoy Octopus.
Yep.
And he's like, we need the vaccine for it because I don't know what's going on. Then Liquid also says that the plans have changed and they want to build up Gurlukovich's army because if they can get Gurlukovich to come with them, they're going to hold out in Shadow Moses. And if they have Rex, Colonel Gurlukovich's army, they can make it into the new Outer Heaven. Liquid Snake
Oh,
wants to fulfill Big Boss's dream.
wow.
Do we know what Big Boss's dream is yet?
I don't know what it
No, we
is.
don't. We don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but Liquid
No.
Snake does, and he wants to fulfill Big Boss's dream by turning Shadow Moses into the new Outer Heaven.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then once you get up there, Otacon gives you a call in the codec. By the way, since it's implanted in Snake's ear, no one else can hear codec calls but Snake.
Right.
So
I
this
figured
if
that.
this scene sounds like weird that Otacon's talking to Snake right next to them,
Yeah.
they can't hear him.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Otacon calls you and he lets you know that basically he figured out how the key card works. The one that they took from Snake.
Yep.
Um, he figured out how it works and that even though it's one key, it is actually all three keys.
Oh.
Yeah. He tells us that it is um I forget the actual words that he uses, but it's like a kind of metal alloy that changes shape in different temperatures.
Like solid liquid.
No, but
I tried.
you tried.
I
It's okay though.
tried.
It's okay though.
Okay.
Basically, Snake needs to go get that pass key. And then I forgot to mention that when you run back through before your second boss fight with Sniper Wolf, like you come into the torture room where you can find it. I
Okay.
should have said that earlier. I forgot to say that earlier. Snake has the key again.
I was gonna say because at this point, bro has nothing, but that makes more
I
sense.
literally just remembered that just now. I didn't write that in the like notes, so I don't know why I didn't do
No,
it,
it's okay.
but it's fine.
It's a good.
Snake
It's good to catch it now. Yeah.
Snake has the key, and
Okay.
Otacon's like, "Hey, you need to change the temperature of it to change its shape." So Snake runs back to right now he has it, and it is in like a room temperature shape. There's a cold shape, a hot shape, and a room temperature shape.
Okay.
The snake needs to change it to all three types and insert it at those temperatures into the
So to be honest, it
override
is kind of
system.
like solid liquid gas,
Kind
but
of,
not
yes,
actually because it's more it's shapes as
yes,
opposed to matter
yes.
or whatever that would be called.
But basically, if he can do that, that deactivates Metal Gear, and that'll they can't re-input the passcodes. So like
Yeah.
the Metal Gear
Okay.
will be deactivated, everything is saved. Then he just needs to get out of there.
So Otacon, even though he created this thing,
I don't know. He's a good guy.
he's coming in clutch with the way
Otacon
to end it.
I mean, he's helping Snake this whole time. Remember, he brought him food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's telling him how to work the PAL keys.
Yep.
He's like
He's
having
lost someone
conversations
he's
with him.
loved.
Yeah, Otacon,
He's going through it.
he's a tragic soul.
All right.
Anyways, after Otacon gets off the phone, Liquid Snake realizes that Snake was outside the door listening in, and he sets off an alarm. Um, and then him and Ocelot run away.
Okay.
But Snake is able to get out of the room. I will say in the game, this part, I remember as a kid, I could not figure out how to do this because like you are in the room and then gas starts filling the room and the door shut.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't tell you. You just have to figure out how to get out. I completely forgot that I had a gas mask in my inventory.
Ooh.
So you have to figure
How
out,
much shit do you have in your inventory? Is it a lot?
yeah, you can have a lot in your inventory.
Okay.
But I forgot that I had a gas mask in my inventory. So I literally died like 80 times
No
because
way.
your like oxygen meter goes down quickly.
And this is like just continuously just how fast is it? Is this another like timed thing?
Um, no. So basically, even if you're wearing the gas mask, you still have to figure out how to get out.
Okay.
The
Okay.
gas mask is just what makes you not die
Yeah.
because you're in a room full of gas.
So you didn't even get to the part that you could
No.
figure it out.
I literally took me like multiple days to figure out how to get out of this room.
Oh, that
But I was a
sucks.
kid, okay?
Yeah, I can't blame you.
I just wanted to mention that.
To be fair, my game expertise now was probably equal to you as a child. So,
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment from my co-host Justin.
yeah,
Um,
just being honest.
all right, well,
I could see myself
Snake,
failing.
he eventually gets out of the room,
Right?
He gets out, and then now
Gas mask.
he needs to go change these temperatures to get the key to be different shapes so he can deactivate Metal Gear Rex.
And at this point, is Liquid Snake hunting him down?
Liquid and Ocelot are somewhere. We don't know where they're at.
Okay, okay. Do they know where Snake's at? Probably not.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Um, but this when I how I said there was a case in this game that was worse than the sniper backtracking. This is that
Mm.
case because you have to go back to the freezer room where you fought Vulcan Raven
Yep.
to change the PAL key to a cold temperature. And then you have to go back to the control room to insert it while it's cold.
Oh my
And then you have to go
God.
back. It's literally like probably like I don't think it's actually like 15
Dude, I was
minutes.
wondering why bro was in
It's
a freezer.
it's straight up like 15 minutes of walking. Like you got to go back to a boiling room because there's like a room with a furnace in it. You have to go
Okay.
back to this furnace to heat up the card to go back to the control room. This entire backtracking segment takes probably like 35 minutes
Oh, dude, that
of just
sucks.
going back and forth to get these keys.
Yeah.
It is my least favorite part of this entire game. I
Yeah.
dread it every time I replay the game.
Yeah, I imagine.
But, it's a PlayStation 1 game. It is clever. It's just I just don't think it's worth it.
It's clever, but at the expense of a little bit of bore.
Yeah. Anyways, while Snake is doing this like backtracking part, he gets a call from Master Miller. And Master Miller um is like, "Hey, Snake, I just figured out what box die is."
Yeah?
And Colonel, he pops in. He's like, "Hey, what are you two talking about?"
This fucker, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Um and
Little boss?
Y- Yeah. And then Master Miller's like, is Naomi listening? And Campbell's like, no, Naomi's just been arrested. We found out that she was making secret communications to Shadow Moses. So it sounds like Naomi was in cahoots with one of the terrorists
Yeah?
this whole time.
Why does
Anyways,
Campbell sound sus?
mm, anyways, Colonel's like, Naomi's not here anymore. She was just arrested. And Miller's like, okay, well then I'll talk.
Yeah.
And Miller's like, Snake, were you injected with anything before the mission?
Yep.
And Snake realizes he
Yeah.
was. Um,
Eh,
remember the
That
nanomachines that Naomi
nanomachines.
put into him?
Yeah.
Um,
Which has been what? Helping him eat and drink and sleep?
yeah, it's been like making sure he doesn't have to eat as much and like he's not freezing because he's in Alaska.
Okay.
So like they are serving a purpose.
Yeah.
But
But also a malicious
yeah,
purpose.
Miller's like, hey, I think that whatever Naomi injected you with is something bad, and I think it relates to Fox Die.
Mm.
And Snake's like, fuck, Colonel, what's going on?
Colonel.
And Campbell's like, I don't know.
This dude.
And then they hang up.
This dude.
Yeah, this dude.
I don't
Um,
know. Wait, so like okay, so if that relates to Fox Die, were those nanotech, was that nanotech possibly the same also inside of the president of Arms Tech and Octopus Octopus Decoy Octopus.
that's possible. I'm about to tell you what Fox Die is, though.
Okay, let me hear it.
Anyway, Snake keeps moving on, and eventually he gets a call from Naomi.
Yeah.
She got out of her cell and was able to make a call. She's not supposed to, but she is able to get through to Snake.
Yeah.
Snake answers, and Naomi tells him that she hates him. Naomi's like, I've always hated you, Snake.
Snake?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Naomi then tells her that she had a brother named Frank Yeager.
Oh, wait, I remember him. The hunter.
Snake killed him
Yep.
in Zanzibar
In
land.
Zanzibar land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gray Fox.
Oh, right, that's his real name. I forgot about that. But he's
Yeah.
not dead. He didn't die. Oh, but he did die. But he was brought back to life.
Yeah, but Naomi thought he was dead.
Yeah.
She hated Snake for killing him.
Wow. Wait, is this the real Naomi though? Because we learned earlier that it was
I'm
fake.
assuming they don't really ever go into it anymore, but I'm assuming that she took that name.
Okay, so Naomi is just a name, but this character is Gray
There is an
Fox's
actual
sister.
Naomi Hunter, but this Naomi took that name.
Got it. Got it.
This one we will refer to her as Naomi forever, though,
Naomi, yeah.
because that's her name.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so basically she tells you that you killed Frank Yeager, and that was her brother,
Yeah.
and she hates you for it. And she also goes
Do
into a
you
little
tell
bit.
her that you killed him again?
He's not dead.
Oh, right, he didn't die.
No, he just ran away.
Ah, yeah. I got mixed up
And she's
between
like, I didn't know that
Psycho, what's his name?
Psycho Manus.
Yeah.
She's basically like, I didn't know he was still alive. I'm so sorry. I hated you all this time. And then she tells him what the Fox Die program is. The Fox Die program is a biological weapon designed to kill specific individuals. It is like a pathogen,
Mm,
like a virus.
okay.
And she injected Snake with it. It's designed to kill specific people. So when Snake came into contact with those people, they died of what seemed like a heart attack, but it was actually Fox Die.
Oh. So if he's injected with that, other people injected with it or
No,
no?
basically it was like a bioweapon programmed to kill these specific people.
So if oh, that's interesting
I was
to
assuming that
wrap
it's
my mind
like
around.
that um I forgot to mention Liquid does say that like we think that Mantis wasn't affected by Fox Die because of his mask.
Okay.
So like it was designed
Yeah, like a
from like
virus.
context clues you can get that like it was designed to kill all of the Foxhound members.
Yeah, it's like an airborne thing maybe or something like
Yeah,
that.
basically it's a pathogen that Snake is infected with,
Okay.
and it is designed to kill these specific people.
And it doesn't kill him because he's
Naomi then tells Snake that she
ooh,
designed it to kill Snake as well.
but how?
Um, and then she says, "But it wasn't my decision." And then Campbell cuts her off.
Yep,
Campbell cuts her off and goes, "Hey, you're not supposed to be making Kodak calls."
there he
And
is.
Snake's like, "Colonel, What are you not telling me? I'm infected with fox die? And Colonel's like, Snake, finish your mission, and cuts it off.
Dude, if I were playing a Metal Gear game, the codec, I would trust nobody.
I mean, don't you trust Miller? He's kind of been like helping us the entire time.
Yeah, I trust Miller, but look, I trusted this dude in the last game. I trusted Little Boss in the last game, and look where we're at now.
Yeah,
Look what he did to us.
yeah.
So now what?
Okay, well, Snake basically is just like, what the fuck is happening?
No. What the hell?
What the hell? Um, well, this was all happening during his like backtracking segment. Now his backtracking segment's done. He's got all the PAL keys. He inserted all of them.
Okay.
And as he inserts the last one, he gets a call from Miller as all of the alarms start to go off. Miller calls him and is like, Snake, this was all a lie. Those weren't designed to deactivate Metal Gear. They were designed to activate Metal Gear.
Dude. Wait, who tells him that?
Miller, Master Miller.
So wait. So
They needed
Huh?
Snake to activate Metal Gear because remember, Ocelot killed the DARPA chief. They were
Oh
never
my
able to get the DARPA chief's
god.
password. They only ever got Baker's.
Oh my
This was their
god.
only ruse, which
No.
is why which is why Liquid and Ocelot let Snake go multiple times.
Oh,
Is because
dude, they're using him.
they needed him to figure out how to use the PAL keys to activate Metal Gear.
And they have a way to kill him when he's done.
Meanwhile, this whole time he's thought he's been deactivating it.
So now, boss fight ensues.
No, I mean Miller just told us that over the codec.
But what about the Rex? Didn't he just
He just
initiate it?
activated it, but it's still out of this console. Like he's not in out with Rex yet. He's
So
still in this
he's
console room.
separate.
He's separated by like a room, and he's just
Okay.
watching Rex come to life. All
Ah,
of the things are blaring off, and like he's like,
yeah.
"What the hell? I don't know what's going on." Um, Campbell pops in on the codec, and he goes, "Snake, Snake, you need to stop talking to him right now." And Snake's like, "What?" And then he says, "That's not Master Miller. Master Miller was just found."
What? What you do, you fucking bitch? What? What do you mean?
Campbell says the real Miller was just found dead in his home. He's been dead for at least
You
3 days.
literally just said, "Don't you trust Master Miller?"
Yeah,
You
of
said
course.
that on purpose.
Hey,
You how dare you? How dare you?
yeah, dude. I mean, I have to keep it going, don't I?
You you made me second guess myself, and I was literally like, "Yeah, I guess you're right," but like, I still don't trust anybody on this damn codec. And here
Master
we are.
Miller has been dead for 3 days.
Here,
So Snake goes,
wait, 3 days. That's before the mission even started.
"Yep.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh, yeah, dude. Okay."
Wait, hold on. So all this info, like what?
After Campbell tells him that, Snake goes, "So who have I been talking to?" And then Master Miller cuts back in on the codec and he goes, "Me, yeah, brother."
It was, dude.
It's been Liquid Snake the whole fucking time.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Liquid has planted the seeds. Why do you think Miller knew about Fox Die?
Dude, I was gonna say, because Miller was the most trustworthy person, of course he was gonna be the fucking traitor.
And I mean, they're both blonde. They both got long hair. Snake or Liquid puts on a good American accent.
Yeah. Dude, that's cool.
He put on some sunglasses, put on a like I mean, he fooled Snake.
That's actually that threw me. I did
He
not see that
he was
coming.
planting the seeds of like Naomi's not who Naomi says she is. While he was right about that, he still was planting all these seeds of distrust into Snake.
Well, that's what makes you that's what makes you trust him. It's because he's
Yeah.
telling the truth in some aspects
Yes,
while
yes.
still leading him
Yeah, dude.
to do exactly what he wants.
But
That's
he basically played
crazy.
Snake for a fiddle.
Does that mean
He
Campbell's
played him
good?
like a damn fiddle.
Does that mean Campbell's not even bad?
We don't know. We don't know why Campbell's acting sus.
Dude, I can't take this.
We don't know why Campbell's acting
I
sus.
have to now I have no choice but to think Campbell's bad. I have no choice.
Well, Snake rushes out of the room um to Metal Gear. He rushes to the top of Metal Gear to like where the cockpit is.
Yeah.
And he sees Liquid Snake. Um Liquid Snake then starts giving him a fat with a PH expo dump. Are
Oh.
you ready for this?
Oh
You're not ready.
no. Okay.
Okay, so basically he tells him that Fox Die was designed to kill all of the members of Foxhound, Snake himself, and all of the higher ups that were involved in this mission as a huge cover up by the US government.
Okay.
This whole op has been to cover up everything by the US government. And the reason why they gave like they want to recover Metal Gear. They just want everyone involved with it dead. Liquid then tells us about the L'Enfant Terrible project.
Okay.
It's spelled less and like it's French.
Les Miserables.
No, not at all. But
Okay.
okay. It's French for the terrible children.
Uh,
The L'Enfant Terrible project.
okay.
That is important. Basically, when Big Boss was the best soldier of his time. He was
Yep, I remember that.
just ungodly, and they were like, we can't lose a soldier like this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to clone Big Boss against his knowledge. Basically,
So that's why they want his dead body.
yes,
Yeah.
because all of Liquid and Solid are both clones of Big Boss. They're
Well,
not his actual children.
uh,
They're
so
his
Solid
clones.
Snake isn't even a so
He's a clone of Big
genetically
Boss.
modified person.
He's a genetically modified person to be a clone of Big Boss.
That's
I
crazy.
will say
This
there's
is the first time you learn this?
yes.
That's crazy.
There's moment like there is more. He is I guess you could kind of say he's like biologically Big Boss's son as well, but we're not going to learn about that right now. So we're going to keep that in the dark.
Okay.
Um, all we know right now is that they are both genetically modified clones of Big Boss. And Liquid used Naomi's research to genetically modify all of the genome soldiers.
Mm.
So basically, mutations are happening within their genes, and that's why they want Big Boss's body so they could figure out how to save the genome soldiers.
Because so it's not Foxeye that's causing this. It's just something else.
Fox Die is separate. It is meant to kill everyone as a
Yeah.
cover up. The
Okay.
genome soldiers are going to die either way because of like the defects
It's the
in
defects of the gene thing.
yes.
Got it.
He also tells us that Liquid was the recessive gene clone and Solid was the superior gene clone. Basically, they took all of Big Boss's superior genes and put them into Solid Snake, and they took all of Big Boss's inferior genes and put them into Liquid.
Wait. Why
Or
does
recessive, not inferior, recessive.
okay?
So
So
basically, I
his
know
recessive genes were British.
no, we'll learn why Liquid is British later.
Okay. So I was like, what does that mean?
We'll learn why Liquid is British
Okay.
later.
Okay. I'm
Okay?
just making sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, though, that the way you're probably hearing that is Snake has all the good ones, Liquid has all the bad ones.
But that's not what that
That's not
means.
what that
Yeah.
means.
Yeah.
Um, that's what Liquid thinks it means, but like
So he's got beef.
in actual like real life gene therapy, that's not what that means.
Okay.
Um, recessive just means like they're the ones that show up the least. So like the genes that don't show up as much. So you could have a you are like immune to a smallpox gene, but you
Oh,
only have like a couple of those genes, whereas like more genes that say you are not immune to it, you have more of those genes. The recessive gene is the one where you are immune because there's less of it than there are the ones where you aren't. Does that make
dude.
sense?
Yeah, that makes
So the
sense.
recessive genes are the ones that don't show
So
up as much, and the
okay, so when you said gene therapy, that's literally
this is all based at like
yeah. Well, like I knew
it's got real life basis to it.
that's some science shit, man. That's cool.
But basically, Liquid, he thinks that he has all the bad genes, but he just has the recessive genes.
Yeah, he's the less common.
Yes, the less common, and Snake has the more, or yeah, Solid has the more common genes.
But with Big Boss being as powerful as he was, some of the more common genes could be powerful,
Some of the more common genes could be bad too,
but could be bad because obviously how the
because
human
he's just Big Boss is a regular
is a
human.
regular dude. So like the recessive genes could also be some important genes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, how do you like that?
So
Is that a fat dump?
yeah, it's pretty cool. So Big Boss had a recessive British side to him that just was begging to be
Not
released.
British.
Okay.
British is a different reason.
Okay.
We will learn why Liquid is British.
Okay. Okay.
Anyways, um, Liquid then says he hates Snake because he got all the good genes and Liquid got all the bad ones. So he's
Because
like, you
he's
stole my birthright before I was even existing.
yeah, so he doesn't understand the
Yes, he doesn't understand entirely.
situation.
And he also hated Big Boss. He wanted to kill Big Boss, but Snake killed Big Boss first. So he's like, you took that away from me. So I'm going to surpass Big Boss by creating my own outer heaven and kill you in his stead.
Wow.
Whole bunch of family beef.
That's crazy. The jump from the second game to this one's insane.
I told you, dude.
Yeah, it's insane.
And the jump from this to Metal Gear Solid 2 is even worse. All right,
Even
moving.
better.
I'm serious. The next game has to have its own episode. We're at
Yeah.
3.5. We're at 3 hours and 13 minutes. Um, I genuinely think MGS2 is probably going to be just as long, and it's
For its
just
own
one.
video.
It's one game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, but basically, they start to fight. So boss battle ensues. Snake versus Metal Gear Rex. He is
It's finally happened.
he's completely outclassed. Metal Gear Rex is dogging Snake. He has like no way to beat it.
Yeah.
And he's
I can't even fathom a
he,
dude fighting a nuke war machine.
he's about to get killed by it. Like it's about to step on him, and then Gray Fox shows up. And Gray Fox literally he gets under the foot and holds it up.
As Cyborg Ninja?
Yeah, like with just his hands. Like he holds Rex's foot up.
Yo.
Like think about the scene from The Winter Soldier when like Captain America is holding the chopper.
Oh yeah.
Literally like picture that scene but like holding up a ginormous
I saw the picture. That's insane.
yeah, like
The foot of that
Gray
thing.
Fox is holding the shit up by himself. And Gray Fox in this moment, he is like, I know that Naomi was my sister, but the reason I left her and the reason she doesn't know that I am actually the one who killed her parents. We're not biologically related.
Wha-
I adopted her because I killed her parents and I felt so much guilt that I couldn't kill her too. So I adopted her and made her think that I was her brother. I've never had the balls to tell her,
Yo.
and that's why I had to
Yo.
leave. And when you killed me in Zanzibar land, it was like a relief from all of that. And he's like, you need to I'm gonna help you fight Rex, but like I never could tell her.
That's crazy, dude. What is dude, that
And
his
then
character
I
honestly,
mean, Gray Fox is the shit, dude.
he's got such a complex story
I
going
also
on.
didn't even mention he's half Vietnamese. So like the whole reason like he almost died in Vietnam was because the actual Vietnamese people hated him because he was biracial.
Wow.
And Big Boss saved him because they were gonna kill him. So like Gray Fox is tragic as fuck, dude.
Dude, that's crazy.
We love Gray Fox.
Yeah, man, that's sad.
It really
And
is.
he's doing the right thing now.
Yeah. But basically, he starts fighting Rex off single-handedly.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking this man.
What
This
are
man
you
is a badass.
what are you doing
Snake
during
is like
this?
firing missiles and like trying to help, but like Gray
Okay.
Fox is pulling right now.
Okay.
Gray Fox is like fucking Rex up.
Yeah.
But then Rex rips his arm off and pins him to a wall.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and he's like holding him to the wall. And I don't have it written down exactly what happens, but like Gray Fox is given some like final words and he's like Snake, do it. You need to shoot me because like Snake has a rocket and like Rex's weak spot is right where Gray Fox is. And
Okay.
he's like, you need to shoot me. And Snake's like, if I shoot you, the blast will kill you. And he's like, Snake, do it. You need to. But Snake can't. And then Liquid,
He doesn't do it because he doesn't want to hurt Gray
he
Fox?
doesn't want to. He's had enough. Like he can't hurt Gray Fox any more than he already has. Like
I
he's like,
see.
I can't bring myself to like kill you for a third time
Yeah. Dude.
because they were best
Tragic.
friends. Like they were friends.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't kill you again.
And he's learned new shit about his friend.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't do it. And then Liquid, like it's also like in gameplay, they make you pull the trigger. Like it's not a cutscene. Like they pull it up, and like if you pull the trigger, Snake will go like, I can't do it.
Oh, so
And
like
like,
it reacts to what you do.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. And then Liquid goes, Cornered Fox is more dangerous. No, that's what Gray Fox says. Sorry. Liquid's like,
The British.
Liquid's like, in the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals.
Ah,
And
clever.
Gray Fox goes, cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. And then he rips off Metal Gear's rate, like he like rips off like the part that is like the defensive part, basically destroying it, giving Snake an advantage,
Okay.
and then is crushed. In his final act, he like takes out Metal Gear Rex's highest defense,
He dies.
and he dies.
He
Metal Gear
dies
Rex
again.
crushes him, and he dies.
Damn, dude.
And then it's back to this is all in the Metal Gear Rex boss fight.
Okay.
This all happens in the boss fight.
So this gives Snake an opening.
Yeah. So then Snake starts firing missiles at the weak point, and the explosion, like he beats Rex. Rex is decommissioned. It's not entirely obliterated, but it's decommissioned.
Yeah.
But in the explosion, Snake passes out. Like it throws him against the wall and he passes out.
Okay.
When Snake comes to, he's on top of the like decommissioned Rex, like on top of the
Dude,
head.
I just remember Meryl still
Yeah, that was good.
wandering
That was good timing.
wandering around
Hold on, buddy.
somewhere.
That was good timing.
Okay, okay.
When Snake comes to, he's on top of the decommissioned Rex, and Liquid is standing over top of him. They're both shirtless.
Just cuz?
Yeah, just cause awesome.
Nice. Okay.
Just awesome, dude.
Okay.
Meryl is tied up and unconscious at Liquid's feet.
So he's got some leverage, basically, it sounds like.
Yeah. Liquid says, "You may have killed Rex, but I still have beef with you."
Mm,
Like he doesn't. That's not a quote, but he's like, "You destroyed Rex, but I still got beef with you, and we're gonna fight. But before we fight, I need to give you another expo dump."
nice.
It's a bunch of nonsense. Like this exposition dump is like it's a bunch. It's not nonsense, but it's just more like there's a lot of jargon in these games where they just go on and on about shit. It's like it's just so much to listen to.
Yeah.
Basically, he's like, everything is a lie. You don't know anything. They didn't tell you anything. The colonel's betraying you. Like all of this stuff.
Campbell?
Yeah. And then he's like, you know what? If you don't believe me, go ahead and call your colonel. So Snake calls Colonel on the codec. And when he calls the colonel doesn't answer. The
Hmm.
Secretary of Defense, Jim Houseman, answers. Jim Houseman then tells him that they are going to nuke Shadow Moses Island. The only reason they weren't doing it beforehand is because they wanted to preserve Rex. Metal
Because
Gear
they wanted
Rex.
to use it
They wanted to use
themselves.
Rex, so they wanted to save Rex. That's the only reason they weren't doing that.
So now they realize
But
that
now
they
that Rex
can't.
is decommissioned,
Oh, man.
they want Snake dead, they want Liquid dead, they want everyone involved with this operation dead.
Dude, so they turn on him.
They turned on Snake.
His own country.
His own country turned on him. So basically, they're going to nuke Shadow Moses Island and kill everyone in it.
Oh.
And Snake's like, "What about the Colonel?" And the Secretary of Defense, he's like,
The Colonel.
the Secretary of Defense basically explains that the Colonel has been arrested for treason, quote unquote treason. It's not actual treason. The Secretary of Defense is a bad guy. He's basically framing the Colonel as being a part of this secret operation against government orders.
Because he's another person who knows about everything.
Yep. He then tells Snake that Meryl wasn't ever supposed to be here. Meryl was planted by the U.S. government as blackmail to get Colonel Campbell in on this operation, which is why Campbell was so sus and wouldn't tell us things. It's because he couldn't, because Meryl was involved.
Oh, man.
And they were threatening Meryl's life. Remember, Meryl's his niece.
Yes, dude. That's cool. Okay. So it essentially it means Campbell was good the whole time, but he also
Campbell was good, but he had to do bad things because Meryl's life was on the line.
Yeah, because in his
He also didn't even really do anything that bad. He just
he withheld information. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that
It wasn't that he was a bad person manipulating us. It's that he had to, otherwise Meryl would die.
Yeah. Man,
Okay.
dude.
So Jim Houseman basically is like, you're all gonna die anyways. I don't give a fuck. So do as you will.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's time for Liquid and Solid Snake to fight. Shirtless brothers on top of a decommissioned Rex. Meryl's held hostage. There's also a timer. I forget to mention during this boss battle ensue. There's a timer. You have 3 minutes before Shadow Moses is
3
nuked.
minutes.
3 minutes before Shadow Moses
You have to
is
beat
nuked.
him in 3 minutes.
Yes.
Is it hard?
He's not hard per se, but I had a couple, like I struggled with him on my first playthrough. On my subsequent playthroughs, he's easier, but I did struggle my first time, so.
Yeah,
But yeah, you get 3 minutes to beat Snake or Liquid.
nice.
So Snake and Liquid fight, and I actually really like this boss battle. I really
Yeah.
do like this one because it's like so
The
tense.
setting is sweet.
It is so
The setting
tense.
is awesome.
It is like you feel so much like, oh my god, I have to beat him so quickly.
Yeah, you're on top of the Metal Gear. Fucking, you got 3 minutes. Poor Meryl,
Poor Meryl.
just chilling there,
Yeah.
and you're fighting with your shirtless, jeaned,
Genome cloned brother
cloned brother.
of the legendary mercenary Big Boss.
Meanwhile, you just got exposition dumped,
This is the
and you
most
realize everything is against you.
this is the most simple game in the series.
And this is the most simple game of the series.
In this solid series.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Okay. You beat Liquid, I
Snake
assume.
Snake throws Liquid off of Rex,
Oh.
and he grabs Meryl, and they're like, "We got to get out of here."
So Liquid's alive.
Well, I mean, he yells on the way down. He goes, "Ah!" as he falls
Yeah,
off Rex. So
right.
he's totally dead, right?
Right.
But yeah. So Otacon calls Snake while while he's untying Meryl, and he's like, "Hey, there's a Jeep near the garage door of this hangar bay that you're close by. You need to get out of here as soon as
Jeep?
you can." Yeah,
They name drop Jeep?
I think they do.
Nice.
I don't think it was a because this is
Well, Jeeps are very unique, so
yeah.
honestly makes
Well,
sense.
also Jeeps are like very military-esque. Like
Yeah.
the military uses Jeep a lot,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I don't know about that, but if you watch movies, they do.
That's why I would think because I watch movies.
Yeah.
Anyways, Snake gets to the Jeep with Meryl and they start driving away. Otacon says that um I can't remember why, but there's like a reason why he has to stay behind. He's basically like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself to make sure you can get out safe.
Otacon?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Oh yeah, no, because the doors, no, you can only open the doors from where Otacon is, and he has to be there to
Hold the
open them.
door.
Hold the
Hold the
door.
door. Legend, dude.
Um, but yeah, he's like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for you so you and Meryl can get out of here. You need to escape. And this scene is so tense, dude. You're on a Jeep with Meryl. She's driving, you have a machine gun mounted on the back of the Jeep.
Okay.
There are genome soldiers literally flying up on Jeeps behind you, and like you have to like shoot them. All the while, the timer's still counting down.
Yeah.
I mean, it bumped up. It's no longer I think it's at like 6 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
But like you have to get out of here before it goes down because everything's getting nuked when it goes down. So there's a timer till the nuke. It's literally like this super climactic music is playing. You're driving out on a Jeep, firing against all these other Jeeps. When Snake finally defeats like all the Jeeps with the soldiers on them, he hears something coming from the distance down this long like runway. And he hears Snake! It's not over yet, Snake!
Of course.
It's not over yet!
Of course.
And Liquid Snake pops up on another Jeep, and they're both driving out.
Still shirtless?
Yeah, still shirtless.
That's what I like to hear.
It's actually super fun. I love this. I love the sequence.
Yeah.
But basically, they get to the end, and Liquid shoots out Snake's tires, and it causes the Jeep to flip over on Snake and Meryl.
Mm.
So like they get through and they're like out and they're in the open. They're back in like they're outside of Shadow Moses. But like they're now trapped underneath this Jeep. And Snake has a machine like he has like a gun in his hand. Or
Okay.
not Snake, Liquid. Liquid has
Okay.
a gun in his hand. And he's like walking up to Snake and he's like, it's not over yet. I'm gonna take my revenge. And he
And
goes,
it was this like a side view, like with the camera? Like, are you like laying on your side?
yeah,
Okay. I'm picturing this.
yeah. And then he points the gun at Snake. And all of a sudden, Liquid starts stumbling and he's like
The
losing his breath.
dude, I already
And
know.
he's like, "Ah, ah, ah, die." And then he falls over dead from Fox Die. Liquid
Let's
falls over dead
go.
from Fox Die.
So wait, so Snake still so Snake He's got he's still got Fox die in him.
and it's programmed to kill him.
It's programmed to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's gonna happen? We're on the last page.
Okay.
Actually, are we on the last page? We're close to the last page. Okay. Man, this is really long. I hope people really like listening to me yap about Metal Gear.
Listen, man, that's what I'm here for.
It's probably going to be one of the longest episodes because we're covering 3 games. It's the first episode
Yeah.
of our podcast. Like get into it with me, man. Get into it. Let's have a good time.
Maybe, I mean, who knows? We can make it a two-parter.
Probably not. Anyways, let's continue on.
Okay.
After Liquid dies, he falls over dead. The Colonel calls Snake via codec. Colonel Campbell. And Colonel Campbell says, I was able to get into contact with the president. And it turns out that the Secretary of Defense has been acting on his own accord this entire time. The president had no knowledge of anything happening at Shadow Moses or this operation.
President of the USA?
Yes.
Okay.
And Campbell is like, I have once again regained complete control over this mission.
Oh, shit.
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested, and I have ordered the nuking of Shadow Moses off.
Oh, shit.
Yes, sir.
Campbell.
Campbell then, he's like, I'm sorry, Snake. You now know they were using Meryl against me. I never wanted to betray you like that.
So he's coming in clutch.
Yeah. Basically, Campbell stops the nukes, and everything is all in well.
Dude.
Like, Liquid's dead. Metal Gear Rex is destroyed. The nukes aren't happening.
Happy ending.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're done. Everything's good now.
Campbell then tells Snake
No.
that according to
Fox die.
according to the records, Snake and Meryl both died when their Jeep fell into the ocean.
Ooh.
So Snake is a free man.
Ooh.
He's no longer bound by anything.
Okay.
Snake then goes, Colonel.
Gets me F. Die.
He tells Colonel that Otacon is still in the base and he wants an evac chopper sent to pick Otacon
Oh,
up.
yeah, dude. I forgot about my man.
So Otacon has also been
I
rescued.
forgot about my Otto.
Yeah, and then he's like, what's gonna happen to me with Fox Eye? He's like,
Valid question.
he's like, Snake, you should probably talk to Naomi about that yourself. So Naomi gets on the call and she tells Snake that she doesn't know.
Damn.
Fox Die will inevitably kill him one day.
Damn.
But
Wait.
the reason why like Liquid died so late, like he came into contact with Snake so much earlier. Fox Die set to like a variable. Like the amount of time between coming into contact with Fox Die and actually dying from Fox Die is different per person.
So there's really no way to tell when he's gonna die. It just depends on.
She says, Snake, I would live my life to the fullest if I were you because there's no way to know.
It depends on their genes.
It depends on their genes.
Yep. Yep.
She's like, you need to make the best of the time you have left.
Dude.
Then Snake tells her, instead of telling her that Gray Fox actually killed her parents, he tells her that he was proud of her.
Nice.
And basically doesn't tell her what Gray Fox actually said and like gives Naomi a sense of closure.
Good.
That way she doesn't view Gray Fox in this villainous light.
Because there's no reason to.
There's no reason to.
Yeah.
And she does tell him that Gray Fox is dead again. And Naomi starts crying and she's like, I hope he finds peace. And it's sad.
He tells her the truth that she needs to know, but not the truth that she doesn't.
He tells her a half truth, like to make her feel better, he doesn't tell her what she doesn't need to know.
Yeah.
But anyways, it sounds like everything is good and gone, right?
Absolutely.
Colonel then tells
Other
Snake,
than the fact that Snake might die at any point.
Yeah. Colonel then tells Snake that there is a snowmobile nearby.
Oh, let's go.
So they're free to go. Snake and Meryl get on the snowmobile and ride off into the sunset.
Okay.
It's literally like they ride off into the sunset. And
That's
Snake,
cool.
while they're riding, Meryl's like, yeah, Snake. And he goes, David. My name is David.
What?
His real name is David. Snake's real name is David.
Solid
Snake is a code name.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So his name's David.
Yeah.
And
Solid Snake's real name is David.
Is his last name Boss?
We never learn their last names. I would just stick to first names and code names.
It's Russell. David Russell.
Most of the series, we're going to literally only refer to them as code names. I will never refer to Snake as David.
I'm guessing that was like an Easter egg.
Unless it's like
unless
I have to, which I will have to at one point.
Wait. Escape from New York. Is his name
No,
David?
no. Escape from New York thing ain't gonna happen till the next game.
Okay. I thought that might have been the connection you brought up.
No.
So that was just a little bit of like humanity.
Do you want me to tell you how the other ending is? Because remember, the
Oh,
other
if Meryl
Meryl
dies.
dies.
Oh, yeah. What is that?
Otacon is the one who rides out with you.
Oh my God.
And
Wait.
when you beat the game, you get an item. So when you beat the game normally, and if Meryl lives, you get the bandana, which
Okay.
gives you infinite ammo upon subsequent playthroughs. But if Meryl dies and you ride out with Otacon, you get the stealth camo, which makes you invisible.
Ooh.
So it's like it's incentive to play the game again and get the other ending.
Okay. And I'm guessing Otacon may or may not still be alive.
No, he is. Remember,
It's confirmed
he gets evac'd by the
because they
chopper.
send him. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Snake and Meryl ride off into the sunset. And Snake's like, "Oh, I want to live my life with you."
Nice, dude.
They ride off into the sunset. Otacon gets evac'd by Chopper. No nukes are blasted. Liquid and all of the Foxhound members are dead. Um,
And he just has to live with
Rex
the
is
fact
destroyed.
that he might die.
The only problem left is that
Fox,
he'll he'll
die.
Fox die.
Fox.
And I'm gonna tell you, Juice, that's the end of the game.
Wow.
That's the end.
What a beautiful game.
Oh wait. Oh shit.
No.
Psych. Post
No.
credit scene, motherfucker.
No.
Post fucking credit scene.
No.
Post credit scene.
What is it?
It's a black screen.
Does Meryl stab him in the back?
It's a black screen with we just see the words Metal Gear Solid on a black screen, but we hear a phone call. This post credit scene is just a phone call,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to read it to you. We hear Ocelot talking to someone over the phone. Ocelot didn't die. I never said he died.
You're right. You're right.
The other person's voice, who Ocelot is talking to, is muffled, so we can't hear what they're saying or who they are. But Ocelot says that Liquid wasn't actually the recessive gene clone,
Because
like
why
he
would
had
it be?
thought.
Yeah.
Snake had all of the recessive genes,
No.
and Liquid thought otherwise.
Oh, so Solid Snake is so Liquid was still the genes, but it was not the recessive.
Yes.
Oh.
Ocelot then says that no one knows who his true loyalty is except the DARPA chief, which is why Ocelot actually purposefully killed him in the torture session. Remember, it
Oh.
was said that Ocelot accidentally killed
Yeah.
him in
'Cause he went
torture,
too far, quote unquote.
but it's because the DARPA chief actually knew who Ocelot's true identity was. Who the fuck is Ocelot?
No way. And that's how it ends?
No, we got a couple more lines.
Okay.
Um, Ocelot then says, I'm reading these exact quotes. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, thank you. Goodbye,
Oh.
Mr. President. Dun, dun, dun. It
Yo.
ends. It ends. That's the end of the game. That's it. That's Metal Gear
What does
Solid.
this mean?
That's Metal Gear Solid 1, everybody.
What does this mean? The third one, dude. So that's making me think the what is there, a gas snake?
He just says, no one knows that you were the third one. Dot, dot, dot. Solidus.
Interesting.
Solidus. Solidus. Solidus.
Solidus. So what if the genes are the recessive, the dominant, and the same? Uh. So what if there's a version that is literally just the same genes as Big
What, like
Boss?
an exact genetic copy of Big Boss?
Yeah,
That's a pretty good theory.
that's what I'm thinking. And then there's the
You're thinking
recessive.
there's a third clone of Big Boss? That's what you think?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, it is called the Les Enfants Terribles Project, the Terrible Children.
The terrible children. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, dude, that is an
Does
insane.
that mean that the third clone of Big Boss is the president of the United States?
Is that what that means?
Is that what that means?
President? Well, hey, it's okay. We'll just re-elect someone else in 4 years.
Okay, well, dude, that's Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, and Metal
Dude,
Gear Solid.
the upgrade from the first two games, and I'm not saying that the first two games were poor or bad or anything.
They're good for their time.
Yeah, but like, dude,
They're outdated.
I
They're
mean,
good for their
you
time.
can tell by the time, like the third, like this game, it had so much going on,
Yeah,
and I
they really
was,
did. Do you have
and
any questions left unanswered?
probably, but I'm just soaking it all in at this point.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting here, and I mean, my thoughts after the first two games were pretty cut and dry. Like that was cool, that was fun. There's a few twists. This game was just a roller coaster, and you're saying it's not even the most complex. It's the
No,
least
no,
complex.
it's the least complex out of the solids. Actually, honestly, yeah, it's the least complex out of the solid series.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's not that it was even complex to me. I think it was more so the fact that, I've never played this game. I'm just getting the story, and it's very well crafted, I will say. I like the use of the scientific side and
I
the
will tell you, there was literally so much that I had to leave out, like with like all of the scientific jargon and like explanations of like why the genes work this way they do. I didn't even go into the fact the game's theme
Oh
is
yeah.
like you're not who your genes say you are. Like that's what the whole theme of the game is.
Oh,
And
wow.
they have like multiple conversations about your genes don't make you who you are. Like you're not destined by like what genetics say you are.
Oh, that's so
Like Snake
cool.
breaks
Okay.
destiny.
Yeah.
Solid Snake breaks his destiny. There's so much thematically to this game. There's so much in-depth shit that I could have gone into.
This was 98?
98.
Dude,
This is before the turn of the century.
that is insane. How popular was this game?
This game broke
Did it?
records.
Okay.
This game literally floored the gaming industry. This was like so far beyond ahead of its time. It was insane.
Yeah.
Um, it was the hype around Metal Gear Solid 2. When Metal Gear Solid 2 was announced, it was one of the most hyped up games of like that entire era. I'm not going to tell you too much about the release of Metal Gear Solid 2. We'll save that for the next episode, but that game is in my opinion far more ahead of its time than this game is.
Yeah. Which is also insane to think about.
Yes. It wasn't received as well as this one was.
Okay.
It has been in hindsight, it's turned more into a cult classic, but it's because like when it came out, people just couldn't understand the messaging and themes of that game as much as they could this one.
I see. Okay. It wasn't as relatable maybe in its time.
It's just so advanced philosophically.
Okay. Because this game was very philosophical, especially in hindsight of
All of these
getting the full
games,
story.
all of these games are philosophical nightmares.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
just, it is Kojima himself telling you he's got a thought, he's got some shit he wants to say, and he puts it in his game, and he crafts this insane, mind-boggling story around it.
It's art, dude.
Now, I know I sound like a Kojima fanboy, but there's some stuff that this man does that I am not a fan of. There are decisions he's made in most more so in recency, like in the more recent games that I don't like, but we'll get to those when we get there. However, Metal Gear Solid 1, absolute masterpiece. I will say it's a big turnoff because obviously the graphics they're polygonal, pixelated characters,
Mm-hmm.
and like the controls are janky by today's standards. But they did do a remake of this game called Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. It was a GameCube exclusive though. It only
Okay.
ever came out on the GameCube. It's only ever been released on the GameCube. Myself and most of the fan base regard it as the inferior version because
The
like
remake.
it's so over the top, like with all the cutscenes. Like there's a scene where like Snake when he's fighting the Hind D. Remember when he fights Liquid in the Hind D?
Yeah. Yep.
Basically, he like hops on missiles. Like the Hind D shoots missiles, and like it's so overblown and over the top, and like the dialogue itself is over the top. But it was done to an extent where it's just not Metal Gear. Like it's
Yeah.
Metal Gear, but it's not. It's just not as good as the original.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But yeah, they just released the Master Collection last year, which has Metal Gear Solid on it, which is the first time it's been playable other than the PlayStation 1.
Dude.
and the Legacy Collection. It was playable in the Legacy Collection, but that was like only on PS3 or whatever. But the Master Collection Volume 1, which has Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3, is available for all consoles. And it's the first time this game has ever been playable for like current gen stuff. So like it's really cool.
Yeah, man. This was a beautiful game to learn about
Um,
so
well, yeah,
far.
we're gonna cap it off right here. 3 hours and 45 minutes. Pretty crazy.
Absolutely.
But you know, we covered a good amount, and that's where we're gonna end. But I thought it was pretty appropriate to start our new show with Metal Gear, you know, because Metal Gear Delta is coming out later this year. I already have it pre-ordered. But it is a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, which is regarded by the overall fan base as the best game in the series, and it is regarded as like one of the best video games ever made.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's getting a full, complete remake, like from the ground up, like completely reworked, like current day graphics. Oh, wow. Current day graphics, current day controls, everything. Very excited for it, man. Very excited.
Dude, that's awesome.
But yeah, figured since that's coming out later this year and we're starting this Exposition Seat podcast, um, it was a Metal Gear was a good place to start. I mean, it's my favorite. It's Metal Gear, dude. It's Metal Gear.
And I'm sitting here with a vast amount of knowledge I never had.
Yeah,
And I paid attention this time. How do you feel?
I feel great. How do you feel? Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely.
Are you
Yeah,
excited for Metal Gear Solid 2 when we record that?
absolutely. Like I said, I mean I love hearing about new I love stories in general. And I have not played many video games in my life. And so when I get to hear, about a new story that I probably wouldn't ever get into on my own, and I get to hear it from somebody who loves it, pretty cool, dude.
That's the reason for this
And
podcast, man.
I'm hyped to continue, dude.
I'm very hyped as well. Yeah, this will be episode 1 of the Exposition Seat, which will be continuing on with Metal Gear Solid 2 in the next episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know yet. I might be able to get 2 and 3 into the same episode, but for now, let's just say Metal Gear Solid 2 is going to be its own episode because, for reference, this episode had about a 14-page script, and Metal Gear Solid 2, which is one game, has 15 pages.
To be decided.
We will figure that out when we come to it. But yeah, this has been the Exposition Seat. You're listening to the Pigpen Podcast.
We'll see you guys next time.
All right. Well, have a great, wonderful day and night or evening wherever you're at, and we'll see you on the next episode. Deuces.